Hail, hail, and welcome to the HomeBhoys Live podcast. It is Thursday, the 9th of April. I'm, of course, Joe McKenna. We are back, and I am joined by, I think, a lineup we haven't had on this podcast in a number of months, like the three years all together. Joined by the wisest man on the podcast, Scott Ortiz, out there in Cambuslang.
The wisest man. All right, Joe, how are you, Paul?
Did I say wisest or widest?
Widest.
All good, man. All good. Also, Jason Higgins out there, a way shot.
Hail.
Yeah, hail, brother. And a man who's been on and off the last wee while and is back among the fold, Mr. Brummy Boy Liam Power.
Back for the big games, Joe. Back and ready.
That's it. Big game hunter. So there's one game to talk about this week, but there's also lots of like roundabout stuff, ancillary stuff around the edges of the Celtic experience. But we're going to go to people who were at the Dundee game at the weekend. So Scott, we're going to start with you. You were at the game, right? I again had that feeling of sitting down and watching the game going like, well, let's just see what happens. You know what I mean? With like not a whole lot of expectation, but a certain amount of fear. Was that evident among the fans of your bus?
No, so we went up early. We went again. We go to a hotel in Longforgan, and so we up there, a few beers, a load of rolls and mints. They gave us rolls and mints. I've not had that in a good long time, man. It was fucking magic. And a good few beers. So our bus was all pretty much. And the Celtic fans in general, kind of, their bus sums up. As you say, you're kind of going up with hope. You're nervous about how things are going to go. You know we should be going up and beating them. You know that it's not been the case. So I wouldn't say there was an over nervousness about it. Dundee United last week booted everybody, the boys. I mean, any podcast you listen to all the last week, a bit. That Dundee United game did severely fucking swing it right into your fucking their goalies. But Sunday, should I say, it kind of went how this season's went. I think in general that we should be battering that game. That game should be about 4 or 5. I think. You know what I mean? Before they've even fucking go to the gear, and then. We're only a goal up by half time, and then as Martin O'Neill says in his after-match stuff with the wind and stuff like that. And if Celtic are 1-0 up, no manager worth their salt in the Scottish League or beyond can be sitting there going, we're not in this game because this is Celtic. Celtic are a strong team. They're not a strong unit, and I mean. It's as clear a day of penalty as you'll get against us. But in the grand scheme of things, I mean, what's he supposed to do? Do you know what's he supposed to do with that? And somebody, before we kind of dive into the whole thing, it was a really good win, considering we had lost our way again. Dundee United smelt blood, I think, and it's so frustrating how a setback just fucks up everything. All our passing just goes to fuck, and all the weaknesses seem a lot more pronounced. But to get the win, I mean, we've spoken about it a million times, and it actually looks like a football player. It looks like a striker. It looks like a guy who wants goals. I mean, I thought his goal was great. And then obviously the red card, I think, kind of kills the game. Stone did. They maybe had another couple of half chances, a free kick and stuff like that. But in general, whilst you're still chewing your knuckles a wee bit at the end up, I think it was a deserved win. I wish we'd put them with sword and because it was a great day out. I thought the atmosphere amongst the Celtic support was really, really good. I don't know if folk had just been maybe bevying a wee bit longer, what we have been that time of kick-off, but I thought the atmosphere was really good. There was a positivity, I felt, maybe kind of blind faith at this stage, but it was, and somebody, to get the win, I'm delighted. Obviously, add in what had happened earlier on in the day with Livingston and stuff like that. So it was a good day's work, and And the Vogue day was a good day as well, mate. What about yourself, Jason? Tell us your plan.
Aye. Oh, just carnage. We left at fucking 9:30 in the morning, which was just mental. I was raging. We were leaving that early. But aye, it is what it is. So we were in Lockheed for the back at 11. The interesting thing was folk were texting us about it was snowing and all that down the road. And as soon as you got to the Forth Road Bridge, it was just blue skies all the way to Dundee. Although it was bitter cold, it was a great day, wasn't it? The weather was actually really good up there.
As you said, so we left at 11:30. So I left, my missus drove me down, and I left the house and the sun was splitting the sky. And see, by the time I went for Cambuslang down to Raglan, and I got off at the end of Main Street to walk along and get doing on it, mate, it was a whiteout. It was absolute whiteout. And everybody's feel like that. Oh, what's it like up the road? And I'm going, I don't know. And like, see the mere people were coming in, they were covered in snow. You were like, oh, you're pinning on now. So as you say, you wouldn't have seen any of that.
No. Folk were texting us. Showing us like pictures of Livingston Park and stuff like that. And I'm like, bloody hell, let's just look at us sending photos out the bus window. It was fucking sun splitting the trees. So, aye. So we gets up there and they had a singer on for us and that. It was a right good day in Lockheed. I had a brilliant day. And then I went to the game. So I was in the main stand. As you say, the atmosphere was pretty good. The interesting thing was watching the Hearts game on the big screen in the pub. And I didn't know whether I wanted Hearts to win. And nobody did. Everybody's like, Livingston took the lead, then Hearts went the lead, and we're all a wee bit like, maybe that's for the best.
Really interesting, wasn't it? Really interesting.
And then when Livingston scored the equaliser, there wasn't really any big roars or anything. We're all just looking at each other saying, well, it's up to us now. But aye. So I went to the game, and to be fair, I thought the first half Celtic were really good.
Mm-hmm.
You were just saying, don't be another false dawn. And we gets the goal. I thought for some reason it was going to be offside. I was right in line with it. But when you see it again, it's never really offside. I don't know, because you don't know whether it's Nygren that gets the touch on it. But even if he did, I don't think he was offside anyway. But because he was at the first stage of play, but obviously then Svinchara has the shot. And again, right down the pipe of the keeper, you're just like, fucking hell, mate. And so, fair play to Yang, getting on the end of that. And obviously later on in the game, he caused the red card, which I was a wee bit gutted because he looked as if he was going to go through and he'd maybe have scored. You know, that's the kind of goals he's kind of no bad at. Mm-hmm. And we could have been doing with an extra goal, but big Svinchara as well, the one he's fucking clean through. Great run, but fucking the keeper kind of makes it easier for him. He kind of dives out the road and he fucking still fucking hits the post. You're like, oh my God. But I thought we were well worth the lead at half time and then the usual shite. The interesting thing with the penalty is fucking right, it is away from his body, right? So you can't really complain. But the ball was going a mile over the bar. It wasn't on target. See, you watch it again, he's hoofed it. It was fucking going out of the stand. But you can't really complain because his hand is nowhere near his body. But it's the way he kind of turns. It's just a natural reaction with your hand. But I don't even know the penalty rules nowadays. But no real complaints. And then when that goes in, you just I could have seen them beating us. But we dug in and bringing in Iacho and it was a good goal. And again, with the goal, I'm thinking, is he pushed that defender? Because but I've watched it loads of times and it never really gives you a good angle. I don't actually think he did push him. I think the guy just kind of stumbled because he didn't really claim for much, you know. But it was it was a great finish and it looked dead simple. You know, it just looked a simple goal. Good ball in for Sarachi. And he controls it well and just rifles it home. And it's just what we've been crying out for, somebody to put the ball in the net. And once the goal went in, we didn't really look like conceding. And obviously they get into 10 men. And it's kind of party time. And then you're buzzing because you get one of your 3 away games out the road. You've got the 3 points and you know. And obviously there's fucking meltdown and phone-ins and all that this week. But you know that you've got 4 home games and 2 away. And you know that mob's got 4 away and 2 home. And it was then just waiting on the fixtures coming out, which we can get on to in a wee bit. But a good day had by all. ended up delighted the way the Hearts game went. And I did say last week I could see Livingston taking some for them, because it's not the easiest place to go to. And they've under the new manager, they've been decent. So aye, it's in our own hands, and it's all we can ask for. Am I confident he is winning it? No. I'm not even confident he beats St Mirren on Saturday, if the truth be told. But we'll get to that. And obviously with the Green Brigade back in and everything, things are kind of looking up for this short period at the minute. So
I was saying to a lad the other day, Big Pierce, I says, we're at the phase now where it could be fucked by every Sunday. I mean, every single week by Sunday, it could be fucked. So it's like it's strap yourself in time. I'm watching that goal now, actually. See what you said? I don't know if he pushes him. He definitely kind of puts a bit of pressure on his back, and his knee kind of buckles and he goes over. And I see that there's a kind of a split second when the ball drops on the ground, and fair play, the ball drops and doesn't spin, and he turns and hits it. I think the Dundee defenders and the keeper all just kind of froze for about half a second, and he just
because it looked really easy, but obviously it's no easy to put the ball in the net, as we've proven fucking time and time again this season. But he made it look really bloody easy, and I'm just delighted to see it hitting the back of the net and not getting any VAR involved or whatever. So bring it on.
So Liam.
Yes, yeah, agree with everything the guys have said so far. To be honest, I didn't make it up for the game. I've had the rolls and mints experience in Dundee before, Scott. As good as it was, I never made it up for this one, which made it an awful long day waiting for the game to start, because it was such a late kickoff. And I've said on this show a few times recently, we go to games in the last multiple seasons and don't really get nervous, don't really have any kind of massive anticipation, and probably partly because, Jason, you and I meet in the stadium, have a few pints, and then you just kind of roll out at kick-off time for the game. But obviously mainly because of the dominance we've had. But the last 3 games I've been a fucking nervous wreck before and through the games, and last Sunday was no different. So I went out for a pint for the Hearts game to watch that, and got in the pub about 2:15, I think it was, and Livingston were winning 1-0. And I agree with you, Jason. I think they've been a good team under Marvin Bartley. They're quite a fast, physical team, but they play a bit of football as well. And sat and watched the game. There's no sound on, which I don't like watching games without the sound on, but Hearts kind of turned it around 2-1, and you thought that was going to be them strolling on them. But once Livingston equalised, I don't think Hearts really looked like they were kind of come back. And they've 4 away games without winning, 4 home games have won by a goal. They seem to really be kind of pulling up short at the moment, but we'll come back onto that obviously later on with the fixtures and stuff. So yeah, again, split emotions as to whether you want them to win to keep the gap over Rangers or get us back in it. But I think them drawing definitely gave us that incentive and hopefully got through to the players before the game. And I thought that's the best we've started for such a long time in a game. And we were kind of a couple of big toes short of being 3 or 4 up at half time. Some brilliant balls across the box, just missing that kind of tap in. I thought Yang deserves massive credit for the goal. That little flick over the goalkeeper was brilliant. And like everybody else, thinking Negren's gone in and took it off his toe, and I was convinced one of them was offside as well. So mightily relieved to see that. But then once you get into half time with only 1 goal in it, the way we've been all season, you're kind of expecting that second half performance. And obviously I wasn't at the game, but the wind looked really strong from even watching it on the TV. So we're not great when we get turned and the pressure comes on us, and that's the way it's proved. Penalties are penalty. There's no big debate around that. I've been saying for ages that the rule is if your arm's in an unnatural position, then it's a penalty if the ball strikes it. But we're actually, because of VAR, we're actually teaching defenders now to defend within unnatural positions. They're going to block people with their hands clasped behind the back, which is a fucking nonsense.
Whatever happened to ball to hand, Liam?
That's the thing. He was what, a yard away, 2 yards away, and the ball was going out. Jason said going over. I didn't even notice that. But the ball was going over. But, yeah, I didn't even notice that at the time. But it's a penalty under the rules today, right? There's no real debate around that one. But it's just becoming a bit of a farce. The whole, if it's deliberate, it's a penalty. If it's not, it's not. That's the way it really should be. But it becomes difficult, doesn't it, to kind of to kind of manage that grey area. Yeah, Van Chara, I think he does all right for us, kind of linking the play up. He gives us a bit of a not so much a physical presence, but he can be a bit of a target at times. But his finishing is fucking hopeless, man. And that one in the second half where he's just he's laid it through to him. All he's got to do is take one touch and then left foot and goal and fucking heavy touch, and the nerves are just building up and building up and building up. And Dundee's a good team just now under Predsley from where they were early in the season, and obviously you guys are well inebriated. Obviously that would take the nerves away, but I've got a few scars from Dundee already this season, so it was a nervous old second half. But we've all said I think Iñárritu is our only proper striker that we've got. He's the one that can play with his back to goal, take a ball in, control it, bring other people into play regularly. And if he gets a chance, he'll score goals. So, super finish.
Is it safe to say, Liam, that when he's on the pitch, players are more inclined to stick the ball in the box towards him, knowing full well?
Yeah, I think one of the factors on Sunday, Joe, we had Trusty back at centre half. Oxlade-Chamberlain played, which again I thought gave us a bit more experience. I thought that's probably one of the better games he's played for us so far. He's not quite there yet, but he was better. Hatate not getting on the pitch at all was a bit of a mystery. We can come back to that one a bit later. And then Iñárritu, you're bringing him on. That's just a proper experienced player, Joe, who knows what he's doing. But like Oxlade-Chamberlain, his fitness is just miles off what the top of his game is. But players like McGregor and others, Forrest, they'll know that if they give him the ball, it's going to stick. They can make a run and they can get the ball back, which they can't really hang the hat on that with some of the other players that we've got. I wouldn't be like, I'd be reluctant to throw him straight in for the next game. I think just now that the last half an hour for the next couple of games is just ideal to build his sharpness and his kind of fitness up a little bit. But we definitely need him when games are getting stretched and getting open a bit. But then the other options are not ideal. But we held on for the win. The 10 men obviously made a difference, helped us out a little bit, just seeing us through to the end, and we're right back in it again now. And obviously, the fixtures coming out and the general news this week has been, hugely optimistic for us, probably for one of the rare times this season. So it's all to play for just now. 6 games to go. So very exciting and nervous times.
Yeah, see, Iñárritu towards at the end of that game, I was like, I don't care if this guy never plays football again. Run him into the ground every last game of the season just so we can possibly have a goal threat, because Van Chara has kind of, he doesn't appear to be it when it comes to getting goals. I mean, his physical presence and his pace and his ability to kind of hold the ball are great, but I got so frustrated with him at the weekend.
Back to the Iñárritu point, but Jinky is better come off the bench when defenders are a bit tired. Because
just now I do. Yeah.
We started him at Tannadice, it was murder.
Yeah.
Well, the team was murder right enough. But
yeah. I mean, we didn't help ourselves at Tannadice. He was on his own against a 6'5" defender, and we kept on playing long balls up to him. Now, he's all right in the air, but he's not like big sort of thing. But you've got to get players around him if you're going to play that sort of way, and we just didn't do it at that game. But I just be worried, Jason, that he starts and he gets himself injured again. I think he's certainly for the next 2 games against St Mirren. That's not downplaying them or writing them off at all, because I wouldn't write anyone off against us this season. I think just giving him that sort of role might just get him back into the swing of things.
But it's a bit of a dice throw, isn't that, Liam? Like fucking, because he is, for all intents and purposes, goal threats, him or Negron.
Yeah.
That's kind of it right now. So, like, holding him off until the end of the game, if you're fucking 2 down, because
if you look at the way we started that game, Joe, I mean, if we start against St Mirren like that on Saturday, you'd fancy us to get a good result there. And if we'd have gone 2 ahead, I think it would have been a bit of a stroll, to be honest with you. And I just had a quick look there on the results. We've not been 2 goals ahead hardly at all in the last few months. Motherwell eventually with the 10 men near the end of the game, but Falkirk, we beat them 2-0. That's the last time we were 2 goals ahead in a game for about the last, over 2 months now.
Okay. What about, is there any word with Callum Osmond? That's kind of went quiet, because now you mentioned him in England.
It was bubbling there for a bit, wasn't it? And then it kind of went still. There was shots of him on social media and stuff. Like, there was kind of like, look, this guy might be coming back, but maybe it was premature. I don't know.
Well, they said he's closed, but they said Engels was closed as well. Now he seems to have had a setback too. So I was hoping
Has
Engels
he?
would be on the bench. Well, I read that during the week that he's had a setback. Yeah,
I think that
I don't know.
say if you went at the weekend and had a goal fest against St Mirren, which is probably highly unlikely, but even like a 3-0 win, I think would
even, highly unlikely, but even like a 3-0 win, that's a fucking goal fest, Joe.
When I say goal fest, I mean like a 7-0 win against
Oh,
Aberdeen.
for fuck's sake, we're maybe a near that.
I know what I'm saying. Like a possible 3-0 win might put a lot of wind in the sails. Right?
Yeah, I think Osman was meant to be back, Jason, soon. So you just want to start seeing some of these in the squad, don't you? Like I said, I thought Engels was going to be the one last week,
100%.
but not to be. But Osman would be a massive boost for us. Someone with a bit of movement, a real good eye for goal. You know, he would be huge for us just now. So fingers crossed. Again, not disregarding St Mirren or writing off these next two fixtures, because the one thing about Celtic this year is it's one step forward and two back all the time. But getting him in around and getting in that show, you know, at least half an hour each game, I think would be a big boost for us ahead of these really tough games.
Where did that rumour about Engels come from? Because I get sent it as well, and I went looking for it earlier on the day because I was away and I'd been sent it, but
it's on the huddle board, Scott. I read it.
Must be true.
Yeah, well, it wasn't in the any of the war threads, so it's maybe got a bigger chance of being true, mate. But yeah, so hopefully it's not true, and we see him back in. But just going back to that Hatate point there, I know he wasn't good against Dundee United, like a lot of players, but before McGregor come back, he'd really shown a bit of good form again, and I was really shocked to see McCowan coming on ahead of him on Sunday. Don't know if anyone else picked up on that or not.
Me as well.
Yeah, big surprise.
At the stage of the game that it was one each as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as if you could understand maybe if you were just seeing the game out, you were winning 2-1, but we needed a bit of magic.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I know.
I understood Oxlade-Chamberlain starting, and I thought he did better than he's done he's very composed on the ball, but Hatate's still a big player for us if he's got the form he's had the last kind of month or so. So I was quite surprised at that.
Yeah.
Do you ever get the feeling sometimes with Oxlade-Chamberlain that he has the capacity of doing things that other players in the team probably couldn't read or couldn't respond to in terms of like playing the ball or making play? I get the feeling that he kind of is restrained a bit in terms of his talent. I know his fitness isn't where it used to be, but part of me thinks like this guy's maybe got to inhibit himself a wee bit because these players can't necessarily meet his make. I
don't see him doing that sort of like Hatate's obviously well known for his risky passes, defense splitting passes. I don't see Oxley quite in the same way, but what he's good at is he's composed on the ball. He holds it as long as he needs to before he releases it. And that's the quality I think we don't always have just now. So that's what I like about him, probably more so than his defense splitting passes, but it's just got that experience and that quality that we need right now.
But I think again, I get your point, Joe, right? And it is valid, but we've got a different starting 11 every week. And you say to yourself, how can the team get any cohesion? Because it's different players they're playing with every week. You know, and I get they all train week in, week out with each other, but there's no substitution for having the same 11 or near as the same 11 every week. So you actually know where people are going to be at stages during the game, but it just seems like fucking we're just throwing the dice every single game. That's what really worries me about this. It changes it every single week. I don't think we'll start at the same 11 ever for Martin O'Neill's game in these two spells. I might be wrong. I don't know. But it just seems to me it's just about a lottery every single week. I don't know. What do you think of that?
Yeah, but it makes it exciting and fucking terrifying at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
It's exciting.
I feel like I'm fucking strapped to the outside of a rocket ship.
As Jason says, it's bewildering. I mean, a bad result where everybody stinks of play suit seems to fall on certain people, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Like Kaneki, he's shite. Get him out. He told you can't play him, and then he'll come in and in a couple of games and play well, and everybody going, The thing is, though, as much as we're moaning's not the right word. As much as we're commenting on it, it does seem fair because nobody's putting a fucking. I mean, like, see what Liam says with Finchara. It's very fair. But see, at the game, I don't think I said one nice word about him. He frustrates the living daylights out of me. As I've spoke about the last time I was on, I want my strikers just so hungry for goals.
Right.
But the irony being, I mean, like, he done, see, to be honest, he done really well for the goal. He took his touch, turned on it, he's hit the target, and the goalie's made a save. But, I mean, it just seems unforgivable for running through and goal at a big, important point and no finishing the fucking goal, doesn't it? It's very frustrating. Stick that in the net. I mean, it does give you the heebie-jeebies. I mean, and then, as Jason says, Iheanacho to me has always impressed me. You go back to, was it the Red Star game when he came on? He just kept bringing us up the park. And then against St Mirren in the cup final, him getting injured is one of the big points why we fucking collapsed. But, which is 100% fair to say, Dundee United game, it was pretty crap, wasn't it? You know what I mean, again, though, we always say, if you don't feed a striker, how is it supposed to fucking breathe? But no, I understand the reticence to kind of use him and try and keep him, but are you just delaying? If he's going to break down, he's going to break down. This season just seems cursed in terms of fucking injured. Because I'm hearing Donovan's injured and all that now, and as you say, Engels, and then AJ, that we spoke about it last week, AJ get away with Canada and fucking, I mean, you're like, oh, give me peace, and I think Martin O'Neill's jinxed it every time Martin O'Neill says something in a press conference that goes the opposite way, doesn't it?
That's us kind of left with Ralston at right back, that's it.
Yeah.
What is the latest with Araujo?
I heard he's coming back.
The chat is he's coming back, so.
I heard both. I heard he's coming back. He's not coming back, so.
Oh, what do you choose to believe?
You'd have been on the one thread in the huddle board because you got the one thread there and there's about fucking 40.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it?
There's 40 different scenarios.
Somebody asks an opinion, and within 3 comments, you've got fucking terrible, brilliant, and it's all right.
But that's part of the course for this season in terms of like communication information. You're going like, well, what's happening? Well, like, well, maybe it's maybe it's no. I mean,
I think it's like now, like you go looking to find out the weather, and if the weather's crap, you go to another weather app, and then you find the one that's all right. You go, I'll go with that.
Yeah, that's actually so true. Because I've got 2 in my phone, the Met Office, and then just the one that comes. One sheet always a week and another one. That's not too bad.
That precipitation is 5% lower. I'll fucking take that.
Take an average of the weather.
That's how old the homeboys have got, lads. We're talking about precipitation on the fucking podcast.
Oh Jesus!
I think the thing with O'Neill and the picking the team. I mean, he has changed it about a bit, but I think there are circumstances around that as well. I mean, Trusty being banned for 3 games didn't help him, and you know he's fucking picking a striker out the hat every week. Tenexi, I don't think he's proven he's good enough to start games just now for us for whatever reason. The right backs, like you said, we're on our 4th right back again just now. So I think it's a bit of like I do agree with you, Scott. I do think it's the same couple of players that get the kind of brunt when we don't play well. But you're just throwing shot at the wall, and hoping something.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah, it's tough gig.
What about Callum McGregor? We've not spoke about him. He's miles off it, isn't he?
No. And he talked one lot of shit, you know. I just see his interviews at the end of the games. I'm like, what's happening here?
I've given up watching interviews at the end of the games. So.
Mate, I've started putting on Wilfred Nancy ones instead. Fucking hell, man.
At least his shit had a guy.
Fucking, he's up there with Donald Trump for talking one lot of shit, man. I swear to God.
We're in the post-match truth era. Here, I think we're kind of afflicted this season as well by like there's not to say there's always a hero every season, but there's always somebody to focus on and go fucking him, or 1 or 2 go, oh, him, he's good. That has not happened this season. There's been none of that this season. There has been, like, in terms of like, not that this matters immensely, but in terms of like characters and players you can focus on, going like, I can't see him play. There's been nobody you've kind of went to yourself like well, he's vital.
But right, so think about the seasons that have stank the place out over the last, ever since maybe the Huns went tits up, or even just before that. Think about any of the seasons where it's been fucking rotten, right? So you got the COVID season, and your hero was David Turnbull, and it quickly became apparent David Turnbull wasn't really up to it. Do you know what I mean? However good a football player he was, and he was a very good football player, his flaws never fucking, because he was very slow, wasn't he? You know what I mean? He just never kind of fitted in.
Yeah.
And we elevated him. Who was the other one we elevated that year? Was
Elliot
No. The midfielder with the wee black fella. We got Israel, I think we got him for. Or he went to Israel. What was his name? Sorrow. Remember, we elevated him. And then if you go back to the year we under Ronnie Dyer, the last year with Ronnie Dyer, but I think we were fucking lauding Godetti for a while, and then, do you know what I mean, in that season, and nobody kind of really stood up to what we needed. And I think you're really right, Joe, and nobody's hit. Araujo's probably your best player. I asked it earlier on the chat, and I wanted to speak about it later, but maybe this is the kind of pertinent point, but who's your player of the year? I mean, Negan is probably the front runner just because he's goals, but what a frustrating football player he is.
There's a steep drop off after him, isn't there?
Right? Araujo will be in the running, I would say, and he was only here for January. I think Yang's got to be in the running, and so is Scales. And they two are up, down, aren't they? You know what I mean? So it sums up the season.
I'd opt for Scales out of anybody.
I just wouldn't.
Just wouldn't have a player of the year.
No. That's a little dance. Tuxedo's back in the fucking wardrobe, lads. Let's go.
You would need to give it to Negrin, to be honest with you, but he's I reckon Negrin in a top class team. See, just to give him a free role as a number 10, I think he'd be a great player. But see, when you need a shift out of him,
I'd really argue that he probably one of the first guys that falls out the team once you kind of get yourself sorted.
Mm-hmm.
Aye, but what I'm saying is, see, if we were good enough to be able to afford a luxury player, I think he would be really good. And
which in general, Jason, we've spoken about it in the past. We actually spoke about it under Nancy. Was if ever there's a team, if guys like Callum McGregor, right? So I mean, see, to be honest, he spoke about it there, and we kind of passed over it. But maybe that does need a proper conversation in terms of, are we at the stage that Callum McGregor needs severely looked at? Do you know what I mean? Is this a downtrend, or is he the resultant of a shit team around him?
I've got a feeling he's playing with an injury. I've got a feeling he's come back too early, for whatever that injury was, because he's been right off it since then. Before that, he was still all right, and I just think he set really high standards that you would expect in it all the time, Phil. But it definitely goes down to the personnel that he's playing with. The funny one for me, and he always is as well, is Bernardo. When he came on against Rangers and that, he was really good, and he's got a bit of dig about him, and he is a decent player, but he just does not seem to get a chance. And if there's ever a time where he should be getting a chance in that midfield, it's the now. And the thing is, when Callum McGregor was out injured, did we really miss him? Because that's when we had probably a wee decent run of form. Whereas it's just back to being kind of shit now.
Based on total supposition, Jason. Based on total, I'm only dealing with the stuff I know. He's no pulling up any trees in training, because too many not one manager we've had of the four. I know we've had Martin twice this season played him.
as ever get.
I
I
mean,
know.
I mean, and that's obviously not just a
Aye, it's not one
black
off.
and white thing, but dealing with the facts we know, I mean, it's a basic one, innit? If the manager's not getting you a game, then something's no fucking working.
Yeah. But it's just so bloody frustrating. And as I say, we're getting into 6 cup finals. Well, fucking 8 cup finals potentially. And obviously the ones I'm really caring about is the 6 in the league. Can I see us winning the 6 of them? Not a chance.
Yeah.
And
I finished watching the day the overlap chat, and your man Barca Jim, if I had the board, Jim, who does the RGC podcast.
Liam posted the link. I meant to go back and watch it.
I eventually watched the rest of the day. I'd watched the first half, and it got to his bit, and it was really interesting hearing the young Hearts fans say going to Celtic Park doesn't. No, that both the Hearts fan and the Rangers fan saying going to Celtic Park doesn't fill me full of fear at all. And I wonder if, and that the Rangers fan was saying that on the back of the recent games. He says, "I don't fear going to Celtic Park," which is fair, to be honest.
Oh, totally.
But to be honest, there must be a point where we click. Again, we're back to the hoping we click at some point. But we've not beat the Huns in 90 minutes since we beat. You know what I mean?
Was it the first game of last season?
Aye. Wild, man.
And we've played them with 2 cup games and
8 million times, aye.
8 times since then, 7 or 8. Aye, we've not beaten them in 90 minutes. I know. And no confidence whatsoever. And the thing is, if we've got the 11 that we've got now, say for instance, worst case, Donovan is injured, and it's not as if Donovan's a great hope, but say he's injured and we've got one recognisable right back, right? Say Arajo doesn't come back, and we're ending up with this team. Engels and Osman don't come back, right? So we've got this team now. Fucking hell, man. It's like,
I'm laughing, but I'm fucking greeting, man.
See when you go back to when we won the league at Tannadice, right? And we were miles behind them, right? But we had to play them twice in a week. And it was the old Jan Vennegoor game at Celtic Park when Nakamura scored the screamer and it gets the last minute, right? See then, I fully believed that we could win the league. I wasn't like 100% confident, but I'm saying if we beat them these twice, then we still needed them to drop points, but you were confident that we had enough in the tank to go in the run, right? I'm confident they'll drop points, but I'm no confident in us.
We'll do and wait.
No, not at all.
Nah, that pretty much sums it up, to be honest.
Aye.
Yeah. Can we talk about Alice Johnson going to Canada, Canadian?
What the fuck is that all about?
We done it last week, but go ahead, Joe.
Okay, we did it last week. Well, fuck that then.
You don't listen back, Joe? You're a piece of shit, mate.
My memory's fucked. Liam, you were going to say something there.
Just going back what Scott was saying about previous bad seasons. I told you how nervous I was when I woke up Sunday morning, and I just going through my Facebook, and it comes up with memories on there. And we were at Dens Park 9 years ago to the day on Sunday, where we drew 0-0 under Ronnie Dyler. And I was reading through the comments underneath a post I'd put on. I'm just pissing myself because it was like time had stood still. 6 games left. There isn't one game I can say we can get the 3 points. 1 striker at the club. Total mismanagement. And that was just before we were playing that in the semi-final that we got beaten. That eventually changed everything round, but that didn't really help my nerves one bit at all, man. So I tried with sharing it, and I thought, no, fuck that. No
it's had to fit early.
But it was funny because
maybe I'm reading Facebook.
The guy I was talking to on this thing, my pal, he was like, I hope we get beat and that gets rid of Dyler and gets rid of so-and-so, and then Jason pops in and just fucking slaughters the guy completely on there. Who we'd never met before.
Some things will never change, Liam.
That gave me a chuckle.
See, at the end of the day, I'm on here fucking moaning what the fuck how shite we are. But if somebody in public starts slating Celtic, I'm fucking all in there. Who the fuck are you? It's all right for us today when we're all together. Right? We can do it. But
you did as well, mate, in your own true style. Trust me.
Yeah. Now what? You're a shirt, Liam.
The way when I look at it is, if you're a proper Celtic fan, like we all know what a proper Celtic fan is, then when you're all together, you can say what you want because you've earned the right to voice that opinion, right? But when you read some folk and you're like, fucking, I know guys who live nearby and all that, fucking couldn't find Celtic Park with fucking Saturday. And at the end of every game, they're straight on Facebook, full match report, fucking telling you what they think, telling you what needs done. And I don't even comment on anything anymore. I'm just like, fuck right. I can mind one of the guys, I must have had a drink in me or something, but one of the guys did post something. It was the morning of a game, dreading the day, right? And I just fucking had enough, right? So I just fired into him like, right, you dreading your fire stick's not going to work or something like that. I said, what the fuck is it? Right? By the way, do you know I shamed him into going to the game? We actually went that because he used to go to the games with me years ago. I fucking shamed him into it. He must have been like, all right, I better fucking go here. But, he wouldn't, he'd no danger with it. I've been there, but I just fucking lost it. But we'll wait and see what happens. See, at the end of the day, I am 10 times more positive than I was last week. I was fucking in the depths of despair when we did that podcast last week.
Yeah, that was a sore one. That game was particularly fucking bad, man. But the thing is, though, you said it last week, and I think we all. It's almost like there's a resignation that this season could easily no go our way. I think we're all kind of resigned to that fact at this point, and there's a good bit in us that go, let's just hope if we fuck this, Hearts win it, right? Which is mental to say, because then you want Hearts to win fucking end, but it is what it is. But there's also then a bit of you appears that kind of goes, I don't want to just sound like I'm resigned to this. I still want to kind of get annoyed about it, but I don't know. It's just a weird one because I don't trust this team. What the fuck? No. Don't trust them.
And you made the point about the atmosphere on Sunday, right? I get the feeling that everybody had the same mindset as me and you. Like the way I think everybody at the game was kind of right. Well, fucked it. We know. I mean, obviously, you've got some folk that never throw the towel in and we can win it and they're fucking ultra positive and whatever.
And God bless you, people.
Sean Kelly, you mean?
He's kind of one of them, but no, really. He's a bit of a realist. But I think everybody was like, right, because it gets to the stage now that see if we fuck it up against St Mirren on Saturday, am I going to be shocked? No. I've kind of resigned myself to the fact that it could happen at any time. But the likelihood is we would fuck it up against St Mirren and Hearts and them would get beaten off, and you go, oh, for fuck's sake, just put us out of misery. But, and obviously, when the fixtures came out, right, I didn't think they would have got Falkirk away twice, but maybe that was the way it was always going to be, depending on I thought they'd have gave them one of the other games. Who would it have been? Would it have been?
Hamish on Celtic AM done a really good thing about it. Again, like I say, I was at the caravan this week, so I come back early the day, left the wains and stuff like that when the missus and all them left them down there. So I was just catching up on all my usual Celtic stuff, and I sat and watched all Hamish's stuff, and he done a really good bit. It kind of explaining the decisions behind why the fixtures are the fixtures. So what I never knew is they don't ever see the last two games. They don't want any team playing two aways or two homes. They want everybody playing home away. Last two. So that affects where the fixtures. They also never ever want a local derby game to be played on the last day of the season. And added in that the title could be on the cards. They definitely didn't want to add that in. So that kind of knackers Hearts Hibs playing and it knackers us playing the Huns on the last day. So see when you add all these factors in, there's reasons why fixtures are in the position. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
That makes sense. I mean, I thought Hamish done really, really well. Like stuff I just didn't know, and I was like, "Fuck me, Hamish, well done." Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. There's still going to be things that, well, you could have done this, you could have done that, you could have done that, and that's fair dues. But there is at least some kind of logic behind the thing.
Aye.
Know what I mean?
It's the fact, but right, see, because obviously they're playing Falkirk away 3 times this season, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it might have been Hibs or Motherwell would have been, but there must have been a reason that it couldn't have been that, because then that would have maybe thrown their fixtures out of kilter, because they would have had to maybe play 2 games, like all belonged.
Yeah,
you know
that's aye.
Aye. So
I mean,
maybe,
don't get me wrong. I've no went in fucking deep dive to it, but as I say, even that wee bit of information out there, you kind of go right, okay, that does make sense. Do you know what I mean?
But the thing for me is, I don't know if you agree with this, but arguably Falkirk are the best team in Scotland at the minute. Especially
they play a good brand of football.
Aye, but they did lose at home to St Mirren, didn't they, a couple of weeks ago?
Yep.
Aye.
But have we lost points then? I remember distinctly thinking that was the first game on the second O'Neill fucking stint after Nancy. I remember thinking at that match that, like, had it been Nancy, we'd have lost 4 to them. So
we beat them 2-0 at Celtic Park. We beat them 1-0 just recently away. What was our score the first time they played them at Falkirk?
Was that O'Neill's first game in his first spell?
I beat them 4-0, did we know?
4-0.
Right. So, like, in terms of teams that have struggled against them, we're not one of them, which is good.
Well, I was at the game at Falkirk, and they were the better team by a mile. Fucking
they missed an absolute pinch earlier on.
How we get out there 1-0 when they're still a mystery to me. So, aye, and
the fact still stands. I mean, fucking, like, we haven't lost.
Aye, but that lot, they get beat.
Factually correct, Joe. Factually correct, kid.
I'll give you that for the fact that they have to go there twice. That's fucking naughty for them. That's tough. I don't think their away form's great, so that gives me a bit of hope. That
Jimmy Bryson's not happy.
Has he ever been happy? Has that boy ever threw a smile in? Anytime ever?
Professional outrage is his
outrage. But I mean, even that Ali McCoy's coming out with stuff on Talk Sport. You're like, he's almost at the wind up, right? But
he's been.
I mean, I put on that radio, Clyde. Was it Tuesday? I went to with a Tony Gemmell meeting. It was the first one since the start. He's been up just about next stages and stuff. So I was driving out of that on Tuesday, and I had that phone in on, and fucking they were foaming at the booth. It's fucking unbelievable. We've got 4 away games still to go, and you're like, how's it unbelievable? Everybody plays 19 games away. What the fuck you on about, mate? Aye, but in the ground about this last day of the season, us at home, right? Well, we've got 3 home games and 2 away. We'd have been slightly unlucky to get. I mean, I was convinced we were getting Fifth Park away last game of the season. I was convinced, and they could have done that, Scott, because they could have made us play game 3 and game 4 at home, and then played.
No. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. They could definitely have done that, but I would surmise that the way it's worked, Sky have definitely had a fucking something to say about Hearts versus Celtic last season.
I would say that's completely on the money.
Aye, I think that's kind of.
I was kind of thinking that was going to happen. I was kind of like, maybe not. That's a bit too on the nose. And that came out, and I was like, that makes complete sense. They're driving the drama as much as possible.
Well, the league's told them they can't have Celtic versus Rangers. Right, so that one's out Monday. So you're either last of the season you're going to have Celtic versus Hearts or Hearts versus Rangers.
So here's a scenario. Would you take this, right?
No.
If we win the league at the end up, Jason, because if we do, then I'll take it.
Aye, right.
Albert Kidd comes on as a sub.
Right, so get into the final game of the season, final week of the season, right? We're 1 point in front of the Rotten Mob and 2 points behind Hearts. Would you take that coming to the last game of the season?
My fucking hairs in the back of my neck just fucking creased in.
Eh?
I think I'd end up as bald as usual.
I
would bite the hand off you for that.
I would, I know, but the fucking possible emotional drop off of that not going right.
But
yeah. Jason, do you mean the last two, going into the last 2 games or the last?
No,
last
final game of the season. Us Hearts at home. We have 2 points behind Hearts and 1 point in front of them.
Literally a point out now.
So basically, we win the league.
PJ says, horrible scenario, move on.
Well, hold on, Cook. Oh, would you take it because?
Well, it means progress.
That's my point to you, Liam. Would you take it?
Whatever result comes out, then they don't win the league. Surely that's the bonus there. Or could they still win it?
No, if we draw, the goal difference. If we draw and they win, they would win the league.
Well, Hearts depends on what Hearts' goal difference was.
Sorry. No, you're right, because that means they can't win the league. That's a great
I'd always go so far to say you've not thought this out, Jason.
Aye, because Hearts would be 3 points in front of them.
We're back engineering this.
If Hearts got a draw, Hearts win the league, and if we win, we win the league.
No, but if they won, they'd catch up with Hearts. If they're only a point behind us, so
point behind us, but we have 2 behind Hearts.
Yeah. So
Hearts. How many Huns are out the fucking title and we're getting the last day against Hearts behind?
Aye, yeah. No, Liam, if they're 2 behind us and 3 behind Hearts got a draw, Hearts win the league.
Okay, I thought you said, yeah, all right, fair enough.
Right. So, because at the end of the day, our goal difference is goose, so I can't say they're on level points with us, right? Because then we win and they win, probably they win the league.
I could deal with it better than the other scenario, definitely.
Aye.
See the irony is
let's start manifesting that reality, because that sounds like it's fucking
PJ horrible scenario. What the fuck's he looking for us to be 7 clear at the fucking into the final game of the season?
The irony is see, it's not fun to contemplate. The irony is the biggest moans for the Hearts fan and never mind. They seem to think that the team at the top of the league always get a home game and last the season, and whilst generally it's true because the league's usually done, so the last day of the season is prescribed as fucking trophy day, innit? Do you know what I mean? Because that's how they don't give the trophy to the final day, so kind of generally. So that's I kind of understand their moan, but when there's only fucking points in it, but I think the big moan comes that we'll only give them 6 on our briefs. Now, fucking life comes at you fast. You decided to be a cunt.
Aye, beautiful.
Sean's
come out with a scenario and says to him, mate, Celtic should be going to them if it's a title decider. Going to them and saying, we'll give you the same as the away allocation at Tynecastle, as long as you confirm that you will reinstate it for us going forward. But I can tell it don't give a fuck about our away allocation.
No.
Not a chance in hell they'll do
it. As long as there's people in seats, they don't give a fuck.
Aye. But it's absolute karma if indeed they've got a chance to win the league that they'll only get 600 of their fans there. Fucking get it right open.
And at full
but it's a small win if it fucking comes to that. I mean, fucking motherfucker.
They away to Falkirk final game, Liam.
Yep.
So they'll have 800 tickets.
Yeah.
They'll obviously have tons on the Falkirk end.
Yeah, but what a shit place to be for that was to come. You know. Joe, I mean, I don't mean the area as much. I just mean the stadium. There's fuck all around it, you know.
I think it landed well enough, Liam. I think it landed well enough. You're right.
It's absolutely horrific where it is. It's just brutal. See as well. I've not even looked at this, but do we play before them every week now?
I think Hearts play. Hearts see the midweek. I think they play on the Tuesday.
Right.
Is that
Rangers
right?
I'm talking about. Do we play before Rangers every week?
First 2 definitely, and then we play them on the 3rd. Obviously, so that's level.
And then the final game's the same time.
Yeah, just the midweek one, like Scott said. I'm not 100% on that one.
probably the same time again. So maybe 2 out of the 5 we play before them. They don't play. Seemingly they don't play before us at all between now and the end of the season.
They play at the same time as us in the midweek game, 8 o'clock on Wednesday.
Aye, but so 2 out of the 6 we play before them. 4 out of the 6 will play the same time.
Well, 3 out of the 6 because this week we played before him as well. So 3 of the 6 we played before him.
Right, so 3 were playing before them. So so that's right. Then the last 6 games they don't play before us at all.
Yeah, but I think we're owed quite a few over the season from memory.
I mean, see, the thing is as well, we've actually been back to us listening to Daughtry Martin at the Q&A. But the thing that was said there, well, Sean Maloney said it, he says, if we can still be in the hunt when we come to the big games, and that's all I was thinking about on Sunday, just win these games. Just beat them.
We need to turn up in these big games, though, don't we? There's been, I appreciate the 2 Ibrox games. I mean, getting a draw if we've been 2-0 down, and then that cup game is fucking hell, man. If you think back to that cup game, was a shambles, wasn't it?
I suppose if you look at it, O'Neill's played 4 times, I think, against Rangers and Hearts, and he hasn't lost any of them, has he? Over 90 minutes, and none of them have been at home.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point.
So he probably fancies himself at home, motivational. I know, Jason, you're a bit critical of him last week, and a lot of it was fair, but I do think he still gives us that input, that motivation, that bit of streetwise, in terms of where he's been and what he's done.
I'm not saying he's fucking no adding anything to the pot, but
no, I know. But I think they fancy it. I think they think they can get the players up in these games, and particularly now, obviously, what's happened this week from the fan perspective, then they feel they can turn it over in them 2 games, which will be massive.
And interesting as well. Did you watch the players celebrating after both goals? It was a proper togetherness, everybody is up for it.
What I did notice was big Chance Farah grabbing Iheanacho at the very end of the game and proper in his ear, fucking giving him the fucking well done, brilliant, big hugs.
I can't say, like I say, if you ask the boys I was with, I was kind of fucking critical of him, but in terms of he's getting for him, he's got, and as you say, I mean, he fling in the penalties recently and all that. He's playing a part.
Yeah,
but I just want better. Do you know what I mean? I'm just used to better. Maybe I'm just used to better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think as well, Iheanacho that took a lot of criticism for his fitness and whatever, but see when he's been in the squad and on around the pitch, he's been really passionate about the games, and when we've won, he's really celebrated. So he's definitely invested in it.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much physically.
I read something. I don't know where I read it. It was maybe Monday, but he did come out. He did come out and say he'll be fit for the rest of the season, and he wants to spearhead Celtic to the title. That's a strike. Aye. That's nice. Thanks.
Thanks for turning up for your joke.
That's awfully nice. But you just wonder where he fucking went to for that fucking 4-week period.
I'd like to hear Roy Keane's opinion on that fucking stuff.
But you know what?
Job.
The thing is, right, if we go into penalty, or he'll step forward and he'll have no qualms about that compared to the other fucking options we've got up there.
Sanchara showed he's got a set of balls as well.
It did. But you go back to Kilmarnock, was it his debut in Nacho when he scored that penalty, injury time penalty? Yeah. So, and that's what I'm saying. Experience, having him, Oxley Chamberlain, and just them bodies could be vital, because we haven't talked much about the other 2, but there's no start. I mean, Hearts I watched on Sunday. I thought the front 2 were really good, but other than that, they're a pretty plain sort of team, and Rangers are getting results, but again, they've got no superstars standing out for them just now. So I think that bit of experience can really help count for us moving forward.
I didn't watch a bit of their game, but I listened to a match report that said for 20 minutes in the second half, Rangers was as good as they were this season. But then when they're 3-2 up, Dundee United went up the park and hit the post.
Yeah.
They went up the park and scored to go 4-2. Fucking hell, that would have been beautiful.
Literally that, yeah. And the header was past Butland as well, and it just bounced back off the post. And then
I'd like to see them dropping points soon. No, that would be
Fall
nice.
Cup,
That would be nice.
Fall Cup on Sunday. Because they'll bet 365, right? The odds. Who do you think they've got as favourites to win the league?
Celtic.
Would they have us?
Rangers are even money.
Right.
Celtic are 2-1 and Hearts are 5-2.
But here's the thing, right, with Rangers, Jason, based on what we said here tonight, they've got, at the last 6 games, they've got Falkirk away twice, Celtic away and Hearts away.
Yep.
Right? I mean, I think any team that gets over 12 or 13 points here is going to be there or thereabouts. I think there's going to be a good few points getting spilt across the teams.
No, mate. If we get 12 or 13 points, we're not winning the league.
Well,
18
we probably need a bit more because of where we are.
18 points to play for. You can drop 5 points. So you can lose a game and draw a game and still win the league. I don't see that.
What I'm saying is I think Hearts and Rangers will definitely lose and draw at least a couple of games, at least based on the fixtures. The four I've just said there for Rangers alone. Hearts have got Motherwell twice, us away, Hibs away. None of them are going to be winning 5 out of 6 games here, in my opinion.
Are we? But
no,
again,
that's the problem.
Again, if we take 12 or 13, somebody out of the 3 is taking more than 12 or 13 points out of the last 6 games. They must.
Yeah,
no, it's because see when you look back, right? We've spoken about this loads of times. If you look back, see the centenary year, go and get the stats up, Scott, in the last 6 games. See when we won the league in the centenary year. I know the last 10 games, it was fucking carnage. We were brutal. Fucking, we tried our best to not win it.
Go back to what I just said there, Jason, right? Looking at the fixtures Rangers have got away, those 4 fixtures, and Hearts, their fixtures. Would you be surprised if they won 4, drew 1 and lost 1?
Hearts, no. Rangers. See, you could be right. Right, I don't know, Liam. But I've just got it in my head that somebody is going to go on a run.
Yeah.
And somebody's going to stretch. I don't think it's going to go at the last day. I think somebody's going to win it. I mean, as I say, I think we could potentially blow it on Saturday against St Mirren.
If you go back over the last 9 or 10 games, I think that's been about the form of all. I think we're all about pretty similar points wise. I think we've all dropped about 6 or 7 points over that period. All 3 teams have. And if you look at the away record for Rangers this season, they've really struggled, and they've got 4 really tough away games to play there.
But we've got, Hibs is a fucking cunty again as well. They're playing well.
Mm.
And Motherwell have kind of, I don't know if Bert Alaska's ran them into the ground. They've kind of dropped off a wee bit. So I don't know. Falkirk, I'd forgot about St Mirren beating them, which is giving me the heebie-jeebies now. I forgot about St Mirren winning at Falkirk a couple of weeks ago. But who knows how it's going to go. Just divine intervention.
Every round's massive. Like, there's so much permutations this weekend. So we just need to just get in, get the W, cut the goals would be good, but see if we just get that win. Whatever comes out of Tynecastle, we wait and see, and then the next day is just a bonus waiting to happen.
And then, so here's the thing, right? Following week, we've got the Cup semi-final. We've not really got the players to rest, but I would be playing a fucking reserve team.
So momentum is a thing and all.
I know, but Andy that's got legs dodgy,
Yeah.
Fucking get them rested. If there's one game left in the season we can lose, fucking let it be that one.
Yeah, true. I suppose if you've got Engels maybe or Osmond or any of them players close, get some leg time in them, maybe in Nacho a bit more time, but they've found a bit of form the last couple of games, but I still think at Hampden and at Celtic Park we should have enough for them.
Did you get that stat, or did you get the centenary year running?
I'm just looking at the centenary year.
No centenary year, sorry.
I was wondering now. I'm looking at it, so just crack on and I'll come back to you because it's just
right.
How Dundee United were fucking and boys and you know what I mean? Dundee United.
So,
we only went above Dundee United with 4 games to go.
it's when you look back now, it's fucking how we won it. Fucking hell, man. I know. It's nuts. But so we can't ask for any more. See, so when the fixtures came out, I know it'd been leaked a couple of days before, and you didn't know whether it was gospel or not. But when the fixtures came out, we can't crumble. I mean, we've lost 8 league games this season, and we're sitting here with 6 games to go, 4 at home, 2 away. Win the 6th game, and you win the league. What the fuck?
That's all you can ask, isn't it?
How bad is Scottish football? Fucking Hearts have won the fucking lottery this year, haven't they? To be in this position.
I know.
But and Derek McInnes did say, we don't care, we play in a car park. Fucking on yourself, Derek. Fucking great analogy, pal. Fucking up the road, you dickhead, you get a fucking shave. Fucking play car parks.
The car park cup, let's go. Beep beep.
The only time I had car park analogies was out at a wedding in Lurgan. My mate's uncle who they fucking turned this place into a car park.
I know, but it gives us something to fucking, be nervous about and focus on. It's exciting, but it's terrifying again.
What about yourself, Joe? Are you going to be heading over?
I'm trying to get over for the Huns game in the last game of the season, but I'm trying to. I've convinced Joseph to big game hunter. I know.
Have you bought yourself a deer stalker for these games? Have you? Okay, man. I don't like to watch for the fucking biggest games of the season. Just
fucking, I knew that was coming.
You're fucking entitled to them.
Pay my money. No, fucking, see, because I managed to talk Joseph into a day trip now. But then again, trying to get a spot in a bus for day trips is murder when you've not been on the bus with day trips in a fucking million years. I mean, but
would you go on a Belfast bus or the Neve?
Well, that's kind of what it's looking more like. A few lads of Belfast that are made something.
Belfast buses are fucking chocolate block and all according to Marty.
I know, but sometimes there's always 2 spots available for somebody with tickets. You know what I mean, so
good point. Aye.
Wait and see how it goes. But that's kind of the plan because I spoiled this boy for the years, taking him over to Glasgow for the weekend, taking him out and about, like he's my girlfriend. You know what I mean? So a day trip on the ferry and a fucking early morning start is what he needs to understand.
I mean, he's only your son, Joe. Fuck's sake.
I know, but I think there's a certain rite of passage. I mean, no, at a certain age when you go like right.
Oh, aye. You start learning it off it.
I'm there telling you should be fucking slapping him head and saying this is what my day shop.
I think I'll go down well in the house. I mean, I'm surrounded by women in this house. Me and him's the only fellas. I mean, we have to have a kind of hidden language to a certain fucking degree. I mean, but so that's kind of my plan.
I did the opposite with Ellie in our European away jaunt. So our first ever European away jaunt was a fucking planes, trains and automobile job to Paris. It was a train down to Manchester, flight to Paris, into Diggs, late on that night, out the next day. Then full day in Paris. Then the next morning it was like 3 hours kept then up for a fucking 5 a.m. flight to Manchester and train up the road. So then after that, I said to her, like, you fancy it? I'm not doing that again, so it's fucking Harry Heights for the 2 weeks.
So you second her, brilliant.
Valencia and Italy. I think she's getting another one. But no, I think obviously it's dead easy for us just to go to the games, but I think there was something magical at doing the trips for Belfast on the bus, because the crack must be great all the way there. It's like a kind of European away type
Definitely.
that we have. Aye,
Yeah,
Aye.
100%.
That's kind of what I want for him, like, because he's had the experience of going with me and like meeting up with you and stuff, and kind of having the whole weekend in Glasgow. And I'm kind of like, I can't keep spending fucking €1,200 every fucking time.
Oh.
Bring it to the game for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? What the fuck?
No.
Then, hopefully, you know, spots open up in terms of buses and I can make it happen, because like, I do miss that. I do miss it. I mean, I do miss that. Like, that kind of. There's something amazing about being among people who are all traveling for the same purpose. Right?
Aye, definitely.
And it's very different on a plane than it is on a bus, because like, in airports you can kind of separate, and planes you can kind of fucking dissociate. You can go to sleep and stuff like that. There, and obviously drinks and sit with your mates somewhere. Whereas like we're on the bus, there's a different vibe to it than me.
Oh, totally. I mean, our bus on the way home, seeing fucking Sunday on the way home, fucking, our bus was absolute carnage, man. What a laugh. It was just hilarious. But it was just fucking madness. Just everybody was fucking upside down. It was like, aye, but good patter, do you know what I mean? Because our away bus is good. You know, it's all decent punters on. There's no fucking bam pots. I've a few fucking ear burners all the same. I'm maybe one of them. But maybe I'm two of them.
Maybe.
But aye, it's all good punters, and aye, it's a right good crowd. And aye, get some laughing away down the road. So I do love it. But here's the thing: Aberdeen get relegated, right? They get into the playoff. Thistle or whatever beat them, or Dunfermline, whoever's going to win the playoff. That's us. The furthest we'll travel next season's Dundee. Because your Highland teams are off. Aberdeen would be off. That'd be a fucking sobering thought, wouldn't it?
See, Jason, your premonition has come true
Aye.
all those years down the line.
Aye. I know.
Get them to fuck.
I don't know. Did you include Aberdeen in that too? I think you included them.
No, I didn't include Aberdeen in it.
That's how strong his power is, Joe. He even got rid of Aberdeen along the way.
Right. It was Dingers and Inverness.
As if it was spilled over the Highlands, is it?
see over time, I grew a proper fondness for Dingers. Not so much Inverness, their stadium shite. And it was just rubbish there. But Dingers, I grew a bit of fondness for them.
Best away trip of the season, Dingers.
But it's a fucking killer on a Sunday when you're working on Monday, man.
I know, but does any of you regret it?
Well, if you get it early on a Saturday, it's beautiful, man.
I know, but they seem to fucking enjoy sticking us up there on a Wednesday night and all that. Go leave your work at fucking. You clock in at 9, you're left at 10.
What about the Rotten Mob playing farts and bloody a Monday at 5:30? What's that all about?
It's a weird one, isn't it?
That's a nutty one. That's going to be. If I had to bet the pivotal weekend of the split, it's going to be that one. I was at Tynecastle. I was at Easter Road, and them at Tynecastle on the Monday.
And here's what I think will happen, Jason: 2 1-1 draws, and then back into stress.
For fuck's sake!
That's what I think's gonna happen. I reckon we're gonna be fucking pulling this one out of our fucking ears.
That'd be a killer for us, because that's the 1 week that we are guaranteed to make inroads if we win. And have we heard anything further about our Hibs giving us the follow weekend?
Well, see what the fixtures. That's the one weekend. You think.
And then the same thread, we're getting no tickets at all.
That is the one weekend where we can exert pressure on both of them with a win.
Oh, aye, definitely. And then they play each other as a stick or twist, you know.
Aye.
Okay.
And Jason as well. I just realised that we're playing 12 o'clock on Sunday, aren't we, against Hibs? But it's Bank Holiday Monday.
Aye.
Yeah!
That's good news.
And if we get that follow weekend, fucking hell, that'll be Sunday.
Yep.
That'll be Sunday in the Baldadina. Jet, no, that have been saying to me, they're all, but they say if Celtic score, they say we'll be celebrating. they're fucking, you're up to high dough with this Hearts carry on. I mean, that's the thing, right? See, for them, a big fear for me was the Buns getting named last game of the season. You know, that'd have been because
you're fearing a walkover for somebody.
Aye, because mind the time when Helicopter Sunday, it suited Hibs to only get beat by a goal. You know, they stayed a certain. Mind they didn't try a leg near the end.
Right, yeah. Because they were getting into Europe as well.
Aye, they were getting into Europe with goal difference.
Right.
So, aye, and you could, don't get me wrong, players are playing for win bonuses, etc., right? But if you're qualifying for Europe, the bonus you're getting at the end of your season is going to supersede that win bonus. So, from a selfish point of view, you get what the players are doing, but if there is no material difference, you go to hang professional football players, and you'll have Celtic supporters in their team and that as well that would be getting stuck in. But there is an element that they're not going to be fucking. They'll be hanging to their holidays, you know, last game of the season. So the way it's kind. So I assume then they're playing Motherwell last game of the season. It's going to be into it. If Rangers are away to Falkirk. Aye, they must be playing Motherwell. So, and there is a right good chance Hibs will catch Motherwell now. So, obviously there's Brucey bonus points in it for that, cash prize money and stuff. So, aye, it's interesting, but I've never. Is this Celtic team worse than the COVID season?
It's definitely on par.
What do you think?
I think that team had more talent.
No, but there is an element of a lot of them have ran the end of their race.
Aye.
A lot of them have kind of, I mean, and how we handled it, because it was so apparent that, however, I think he still finished that goal scorer at Edward. He wasn't the same guy. He wasn't playing the same way. No. And then you're looking at guys that obviously Maeda's a big one. And then even, I mean, see, I asked that question about player of the year, but see how we treated Yang this season, and for him to kind of perform the way he has, it's quite commendable to the boy.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
You know what I mean? It's quite commendable. So I think, and then no many of the signings, if any, have really fucking struck gold, which, I mean, I always remember saying that under Martin O'Neill. See when Martin O'Neill took the Celtic job, right? Don't get me wrong, we obviously spent a fair bit of dough on Sutton and then Lennon and Thompson and stuff like that, but the Huns went and signed a whole bust of players who were as good as what they had, so they never improved. They almost kind of stood still, if not regressed. There was, I mean, like, I think they signed 4 Dutch guys, and after Newman aside, none of them really kind of boom, come in and fucking, oh, this guy's amazing. Do you know what I mean? Right. Whereas every one of your signings all hit the ground running, boom. And ever since that, I've always thought, see one really bad transfer window can make a huge difference in the league.
And one really good one, you look at Angie's transfer window,
100%.
You turn around and say like, it takes 4 transfer, load of shit. You get it right, man, and it just shows you think you're years in front of your rivals. One fucking stinker. I mean, Matt, what was the phrase Matt used last week? I hit the nail on the head. It was like loans, want-aways, and has-beens.
Aye.
And that's fucking...
That's exactly what we've got. Know what I mean?
That's our team at the
moment. We still might win the league.
I know. Kieran Tierney.
The thing is, again, when Carragher was saying, though, that he's getting it in England, like at games, people are like, how Hearts going? How do Hearts go on? Do you know what I mean? They're all kind of rooting, which is fair to do, isn't it? I mean, as I've said a million times, I hate one team dominating things. I hate it. But it's our team, so
it's essential. It's got to be us. I know.
No, but I mean, like, you think about it. I mean, like Borussia Dortmund, I supported them a long while, and it's minging watching Bayern Munich win and stuff. But just in general, I remember Rosenborg. Remember Lyon won like 7. Look at the French league, you know, you're like, fuck's sake. When Montpellier won it, you're going, that's brilliant. When Leicester won it, brilliant. I think we should talk about what we were talking about earlier on, Robbie Keane.
The rumour.
Aye. What do you make of that?
Well, it will get lapped up. I won't necessarily be the happiest person. I don't think any of us will be. But then again, that's not football related.
One of the biggest, obviously apart from the obvious, one of the biggest things that would piss me off is you just know it's because he's in Dermot Desmond's phone.
Yeah.
You know.
It's not a road attacks.
But that would be fucking rubbish. I'd see loads of our fans in the hate it, but
and he's Irish, which also
that seems to be the biggest fucking point.
Coach needed Irish, known to billionaire. Apply. I mean, it's fucking wild.
Yeah, he appointed fucking Martin O'Neill. He's appointed fucking Martin O'Neill 4 times now or something. Rogers twice. And, I mean, see the irony going that if you ended up going and getting the boy for Ipswich, which is majorly unlikely, I do appreciate, but that one almost tips onto. But the Robbie Keane one, I just don't think he deserves it. And then you fling in all the rest of it that goes along with it, which turns your stomach a wee bit. Do you know what I mean? But especially because obviously, I mean, I was reading about it the day just when you were chatting about it, and when he took the job in Israel, there was obviously a load of backlash for Ireland, and he basically went, "No, I'm just all here to do football. I'm not interested in politics."
Just a working man.
And you're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I say, if you take away the politics side of it, which I don't think you can, if you take that away,
but
does his body of work justify the role?
I don't even go down that road, Scott. I think immediately it seems like a token fucking pleasure gesture for certain portions of the fans to go, fucking Robbie Keane's a manager.
Yeah, I disagree with that, Joe. I disagree with that. But what do you think, man?
I actually think they think we're that daft.
My overriding feeling on this, Scott, is that I can't be fucked with another thing.
Yeah, another divisive thing.
Yeah, it's really that's the main thing for me. It's like, you know, imagine if we appoint him, he gets a banner or some reception off one of the groups, and then the whole thing just fucking goes up in flames again, and I just can't be arsed with that after a whole season of it.
Yeah, that's a fair point, mate. I agree with that.
But do the club understand that? Do they give a fuck? Is the question.
I really don't think his body of work. But there you go. Have I just contradict myself? I'm saying I don't think his body of work should have him.
We fucking appointed Wilfred Nancy, Scott. His body of work said fuck all, but fuck all.
Well, I mean, he's won 2 leagues recently. He's done well in Europe, as you said, Scott. Right, which what we aspire to do. Yeah. You know, I'm watching kind of one eye on Villa tonight, 2-0 up in Bologna, quarterfinal, Europa League. Fucking, we'd love to be in that position. Do you know what I mean? So he's got some pedigree, I guess, to a degree there. He's got a link to the club, obviously the Irish thing. So he ticks enough boxes for a lot of people, but. On the flip side, if it was someone else, not Robbie Keane, that had won those leagues and done well in Europe, just a European manager, would you feel differently about him? Or
well, that's I was going to come to that. I mean, like, I don't suggest Ferencváros title-winning manager should be in the running for the Celtic job unless there was something noticeable about him, because. I challenge you to kind of fling me any of the recent Ferencváros managers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, I think they're like 6 in a row title wise, but they're very much, see if they get put at the Champions League qualifiers and stuff, their manager would be under major pressure like weeks into a season if they appointed a new guy, one of the efforts. Right. But certainly the European stuff. That's the only reason, because the fact he's been linked with Tottenham isn't dissimilar to us. We've obviously got the Irish, but he's a club legend and he's doing well in Europe. They're not looking at him kind of going, well, he won in Israel and he won in fucking Hungary, because Spurs fans would be. I mean, the fact Spurs are saying if we get relegated, we'll go and get them. So are we that far removed that we should be going? Aye, should be. But like I say, I'm a contradict myself. What's the boy Kieran McKenna really done?
Yeah, I think where I'm coming from, Scott, just on the side is if we appointed Robbie Keane just because of his name and his reputation without having some success behind him, I'd be really pissed off. I'm not saying he's done enough to justify it in black and white, and I think your points are really fair. But at least he's shown he's gone into some clubs and got
he's done something. Yeah,
I suppose.
I don't disagree with that point. He's actually won something. So I've often, again, I'm going to contradict myself. I've often thought that we should be looking at managers who have managed at clubs equivalent to us and won. And then that way they come in with the pressure of knowing I need to win every game. Draws up, but he's not coming in with the Nancy. Oh well, if the performances are good, the wins will come, and you're sitting going, well, obviously didn't he? Fuck's sake, you know what I mean? But then I think the Hungarian league is well below ours, but they've done better in Europe.
Yeah.
I think I've watched the Croatia league. I've always thought, I mean, you think of what comes out of Croatia player-wise.
National team's unreal.
What's that?
The national team's outstanding.
Yeah, no, I know a player-wise, but see, manager-wise.
I mean,
I look at
the only one you could actually.
I think he went on to the Igor Tudor, but the Hajduk and Dinamo seem to have went with the big name thing recently. Obviously, Reno Gattuso and Cannavaro was managing over there. You know what I mean? In that league. But they don't seem to be exporting a fucking fantastic litany of managers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always think the Swiss league is something we should maybe, but again, or the Belgian. But again, the Belgian, that Heisen gets sacked. We were all talking about him. Remember, he got punted fucking about 3 months after we were all going, we should go and get him for the Champions League. I don't know. I mean,
I like Clement, anybody?
Doing all right,
doing all right in Norwich. Yeah. But on the Reno Gattuso thing, what about Italy as an international team? That's a fucking absolute scandal, isn't it? Won the World Cup 4 times. We've no qualified the last 3.
But the fact that he was manager of them summed up the situation of where they were. Because he's no the top end of a manager at any stretch. Like I say, he'd just been punted by Hajduk when he went to fucking name. You know what I mean? You're kind of going, how's that happening?
I know. And you've got to say, your man that's managing Brazil, what did they not get him?
Ancelotti.
No, it's fucking surely he would have took that. But it's absolutely criminal when you think of Italy. Fucking one of the fucking footballing greats. Arguably the greatest nation that plays football. You know, you could put a case for them. In the last 3 World Cups they haven't qualified. It's fucking unbelievable.
Did they not win a Euros in between all that?
They won a Euros in between that.
I mean, they did.
Oh man, that's mental.
It's mental. 4 World Cups they've won. 4. Fucking, we've never got out of a group.
Good one, this one. Good one, this one.
Oh, where now, Jason? Jason, you need to clarify that we've no.
Scotland never got out.
I mean, Joe's sitting laughing at us. What are you talking about?
I'm not laughing. I'm buying my fucking purple Scotland tracksuit.
As a belter.
Okay, Donny Brasco.
fucking zoot suit.
Bonnie Brasco.
That's a cracker.
This World Cup's got to be an absolute fucking farce, isn't it?
It's a joke.
It's absolutely infuriating. It's infuriating.
At least on the Scotland team, most of them are white. I mean, The fucking the
did you see as well? See, like, fucking just the shit that's. Did you see the Boston Transit? What they've done?
Aye, that's wild.
Aye, it's fucking criminal.
In America,
shocking.
America have a horrible fucking talent to lump what's investments, private investment costs onto the people. So Las Vegas, whatever you think about Las Vegas, I know a few of you have been. Right, Las Vegas was a place you went and it was cheap, and the gambling almost subsidized and kept the price of stuff low, and it was available for everybody. Everybody could go and afford it, and then they fucking heard them sell out to that LA Raiders and brought them in. The last, I think the Raiders, should I say? And they brought them in and bought them about $1 billion stadium, and then put that cost on top of put a hotel tax on top of it to cover that. And that's what they're saying, that this the MBTA have decided that because of the recent infrastructure they've kind of upgraded, they're just going to put it on basically a tax for World Cup fans. And you're sitting going, that's fucking repulsive, man. You sure of cunts.
Did you see it, Joe? So basically the charge, if you're going to the New England Patriots in that Foxborough Stadium, it costs you $10 on the train. It's costing the Scotland fans $80.
Yeah,
same train.
No concession tickets either.
That is fucking nonsense.
Selica sitting lunatic going, we should get all these guys on board, man.
Do we know any Chinamen that could fucking build a railway quickly?
Monorail.
The maniac that runs the gaff there in the last week just said civilizations will die tonight. Fuck.
Mate, I know.
Here.
The fuck?
Iran's playing this World Cup, aren't they?
Yes, but I still think they're talking about no. The last I said that they weren't going to go after they blew up your man. So
I mean, I wouldn't be into it either.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody invited me for 5 aside and then smashed my windows. I'd be like, fuck you.
I'm not out in a limb here, but I don't think it's the fucking safest place for them to go.
No,
as soon as you land off the plane, or fuck right into fucking detention.
My sister's been living in America for, I don't know, over 30 years now. Living in North Carolina 20 odd years now. And sold her house last week. Going to rent for a year and then figure out which country she wants to move to because she's done. She's like, fuck this.
Joe, talking about uncontrollable maniacs, I think we've got another.
We've got Caravan Balix, who apparently is broadcasting from an aquarium. What the fuck just sort of that noise?
He's broadcast from the roof of his caravan at the fucking sea.
Carlock Wi-Fi comes with reverb.
Oh, is it? You can not hear me, no?
Are you submerged in?
You've been kidnapped. Is this a cry for help? Have you been kidnapped?
Are you the student of Hormuz?
Give me 2 seconds here for
Must be a good aquarium at that caravan park.
Sitting in the lobby.
Can you hear me now?
That's much better. Did you have your phone in your balls, or what's the story?
The only way I can use this shady fucking StreamYard is on speaker. So I cannot fucking turn the speaker off, and I can't use fucking headphones. So every other cunt in the caravan has to hear you cunts fucking talking ballots.
Well, listen, wisdom isn't free, so let them listen.
That's why I lock myself out of the fucking road in the house, so there's no fucking legal cases.
I would say they're all heartbroken that you lock yourself out of the house.
Oh no, fucking party city. I was coming over the mountain there from Ballymena, and I had you on. I took him the fucking pictures there to see the Mario movie, and I was coming through Brusheen, which in a country,
my favorite loyalist town.
In a country full of fucking absolute orange dens, Brusheen is right up there.
Has to be seen and believed.
They've left up their orange arch from last year. It's fucking still up, and I was just driving under it, thinking to myself, I'd love to make this place a fucking car park, when Jason Higgins uttered the immortal words about lurking car parks. I was actually fucking considering getting a couple of phone numbers off you there to bring them up.
Fucking, I've not got the phone numbers. It was a passing comment.
Marty, I actually love Brashear. If I'm around there, I drive through it just because it's a
Makes
kind
you
of
fucking feel better.
It's a sight to behold. It's got the biggest. Have you still got the big cast iron poppy?
Ah,
It's
Oh,
fucking
still
huge.
there.
I mean, it's about the size of the wall I'm sitting in front of. It's fucking massive. It is the most loyalist town I've ever been in my life.
well, that's just where I was fucking passing through there, just as he mentioned the immortal words.
Is it near
Car
that
park
Bush
maker.
Mills? Is it near there?
No,
It's up around Ballymoney, Ballymena, kind of Ballycastle area. Aye.
No, Bush Mills is up around Ballymoney. It's away up towards the north coast. Brashean is if you're driving out of Ballymena towards the coast. It's halfway between fucking. Well, it's about 4 miles outside Ballymena, but it's it's a boil on the arse of humanity.
I've only
I
did
know.
the coast
There's
road
part of
there.
me that has a lot of respect for the fact that they'll go that far to make it that fucking loyalist.
I can assure you, Jason, you're missing fuck all.
No,
Absolutely nothing.
Jason, trust me. You want to see it. I personally think people have to see it because it is fucking wild. Like, and see if
So
you
they've left
do it in July.
they've left their big arch up from last year. I think they're going, what the fuck? What is wrong with these cunts?
Where did I go to for a weekend? Where's he?
How's the Glens of Antrim, Marty?
Absolutely majestic, Macara, majestic. It was a lovely day. It was supposed to be the worst day of the day, and it was fucking beautiful. And it was windy, but it was sun was splitting the rocks, so we had a queer day walking the dog and fucking about. It's great.
Brilliant.
I was trying to wave at Scott. Where were you, Scott? Were you and Craig Tara? Where's Macquarie?
I think he come back the day.
Aye, mate. I'm Craig Tara. Yeah, I was saying
trying to
that
wave at
I
you.
was so I was down with the missus in the range, obviously a couple of days, and then her sister and the wee man came down last night. So we ended up out in all the range, just running about fucking mental, in that bonga wonga place, whatever the fuck it is. And we were sitting having a baby, and I ended up sitting up myself, man. That's how you were getting texts at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Ew. I woke up at about 3 o'clock this morning and seen messages on my phone. What the fuck's that? Next thing, fucking Elvis, fucking that's Macquarie. So I was waving till you crossed the bay, across the sea of Moray, like a children of Lear. So it was. But anyway, you sounded like you had it fucking banged the right anyway about the running. So here we fucking go.
So
Strap in.
What are you thinking, Marty? What are you thinking?
Listen, here's the thing, and I was saying it to my hon mate. One of you mentioned it earlier on. I think it was Liam. Every team is shit, so there's a permutation for everything. You know what I mean? Hearts are shit, and the Huns are fucking shit. And my hon mate keeps telling me we're fucking shit. Do you know what I mean? Now, killer's the goal difference. If it comes down to a fucking our last day's bread and everybody's sitting on hang points, we'd have to win like 15-0 or something for fuck's sake, to rectify the goal difference. But everybody's in with a shout, and like we haven't been injuries again. Haven't been came for. I think Donovan's injured, and Engels has been disrupted coming back. Alistair Johnson's been disrupted coming back. So we're down to the bare bones. And I heard you fucking saying about the cup semi. And playing your reserves, for fuck's sake, got some Vuku and all them dicks, you know what I mean? So you'd just be writing that match off. You'd actually be playing an underage team or something, for fuck's sake, before you're getting any quality anywhere near it. The state of that squad. But so look here, let's see what Saturday brings. And like you all said, the fixtures could not have been kinder. Do you know what I mean? It was just the way it's falling out. My wee man come running into me the other day, man. Don't even hear Ali McCoy said. He was laughing, going, look at this head case. He was fucking giving me the whole rundown. You the other day, when Ali McCoy said about Celtic were cheating because of their fixtures, do you remember? And you were laughing in the bedroom. What? Sit down, you balloon. And sit down, you rocket. And
young Tom Cruise just blew that right out of the water.
He's getting in, didn't he? He started sending me all these fucking Celtic damn memes, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, I'm in enough fucking groups to get that fucking balance. But yes, that I fucking Egypt. But so look, the none of the squads are particularly good. None of the squads are particularly firing on any cylinders. So it's almost like a snail's race who's going to crawl over the lane. But the fixtures have definitely been good to us. And again, starting this weekend, if you can get your nose in front, then and having them in the last day away is a fucking big advantage. And I take your point about the Hibs too. They'll be fucking cheering us on. They won't want, obviously they won't want Hearts to win. They won't listen to that bollocks for the next fucking however many years.
Oh, aye,
You know?
they're fucking apoplectic with pressure now. They're fucking,
I
they
know.
can't fucking handle it. Fucking.
So you're hoping that they lie down to us and fucking and have a go at them. So do you know what I mean? All bets are off really. But I mean it's exciting. As Scott was saying there a minute ago, like you as a football fan, you do want this type of activity in your league. You know, you want your league to be competitive and whatever else. But by the same token too, well, we all wish it was wrapped up now before now. You know.
Aye, big time. So we've no mentioned the big news of the week, and obviously Celtic Park's going to be rocking on Saturday because the boys are back in town. What do we think?
That's what I should have called this podcast, for fuck's sake. I called it Good Vibes and fucking Steady Nerves.
It's all balance.
I know. Should have called it The Boys Are Back in Town. Fucking idiot. Sorry.
Listen, it certainly can't do any harm. Do you know what I mean? Now, having that at various points in this stage of the season, including when we played Falkirk, John McGlynn, people like that were saying it's an advantage for us to have a quiet Celtic Park. Having that big, noisy stadium dead is good for away teams. So therefore, it fucking has to be, by the laws of fucking logic, good for us that our fans are back on form and that they're leading chance and that everybody's getting into the groove again. Do you know what I mean? And what I would say to any of the Green Brigade, if you're listening, sing the fucking Celtic songs from here on in. All Celtic songs the whole way. All songs that everybody knows, and get the whole stadium going. Because there's some of the songs that the Green Brigade sing are kind of niche. People don't really know the words, or older people don't. So one of the best nights, one of the fucking best things the Green Brigade done the last couple of years was the piss off Brett and Rogers. Do you remember the fucking song every single fucking every single song about every single Celtic player like a fucking fan, and it was one of the best nights atmospheres because everybody was joining in, and that's the type of thing strategically that we need, and that's the type of thing where the next time somebody goes to criticise them. Oh, you don't fucking need the Green Brigade to fucking make an atmosphere and all that shit. Aye, they were not opposite like that year. They weren't fucking there, and then they come in for the last 6 games and blew the roof off the place. Or 4 games, last 4 home games. And it was good that they're getting their money back as well. They're getting reimbursed for what they lost because it was disgraceful. It really was like.
And do you know an interesting thing as well? Your big Svinchara, Araho, well, he's no there now, whether he comes back. Adamu and Vuka, well, fucking no matter to him. And Ben and Arthur, they've never been in Celtic Park with the Green Brigade in.
Aye, so you know what I mean? It should lift everybody. It should lift everybody. It should lift the whole team. And like I'm sure players will be saying them here. We think it was good against whoever the fuck we hear the day when we go out. We hear the reception we get. You know,
Aye.
and but as you said, they'll probably be fucking barred when about 2 matches. They'll probably be fucking out again.
I love their statement that they came out with. It was brilliant. You know, never changed, boys. Never changed.
I don't know. See, to be honest, there was very little to argue with. I mean,
Oh,
I seen ones
100%.
I saw ones going off their fucking tits about it, and I was going like, did you read the fucking thing and actually read what it said? Like, it's
I think some people expect them to just be nice, good boys and go, thanks very much. That's not the style.
That's fucking mad. Like, and it's a ridiculous situation, and it just goes to show you the same fucking nonsense would have got them into the stadium in October or November as got them in for the running. Like, there's no doubt about it. Fuck all has changed.
Right.
Nothing's changed. The same stipulations about fucking safe standing and about access into the their side of the ground. That's all.
Is it possible what's changed, Marty, is the Hans telling the SHE to go, listen, that's sounding all. That's good advice. Fuck off.
No, Joe, because our club wouldn't give a fuck. Our club would still be wankers no matter what Rangers do.
No, that was one of the main kind of sticking points. Though, the SHE. You're like, well, the Hans.
The SHE was the SHE was a lie. It was the Green Brigade were calling that out weeks ago, saying this is just a fucking lie. It's wrong. The Stadium Advisors Group does not preclude you admitting people to your ground. They have no control over who comes and goes from your fucking park. So, say for example, Hapoel Tel a fucking Vive turn up, and they wreck Amsterdam and they wreck Birmingham. Do you think a Stadium Advisory Group's going to go, well, you can't let Hapoel Tel Aviv in? No, they're fucking not. So, stop talking fucking dick. It's nothing to do with you. You're there to make sure that access points are open and people can come and go from the fucking ground, and that the club is adequately stewarded, and that your safety certificate's in place. None of that is anything about letting people who bought a fucking ticket off you come and go from your ground. Now, the pyro could be an issue. The pyro could be an issue because, like, it was a wee lad last week at the Cliftonville match got his face burnt with pyro. So, and you all know my feelings on it. And that would be the only thing that I think they could actually fucking stick on them. And in fairness to the Green Brigade, they rarely use pyro. They only use it now and again. So that wouldn't even really be a sticking point either. Do you know what I mean? They don't do it every week. There's no big fucking pyrotechnic display, for Falkirk at home. Do you know what I mean? Or Summerlin or something like that, so something along those lines, possibly. If there was a serious threat to life or whatever, or the Green Brigade have been absolutely adamant about people not coming to their section. They've told people to stay away. They've told people to listen to stewards. Pig watch is fucking one of the best things I've ever done. I love it. I just love it. I think it's great. And they actually hear Brian Wilson say the words pig watch in an interview would be brilliant. It's fucking outstanding. So that goes to show let's get up their fucking noses, which is no bad thing. But again, it hasn't precluded them from coming and going from the ground. It hasn't. So, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's just, and you can see now, somebody was saying about the merchandise, about the Not a Penny More campaign. Away tops are down to £20 already. When's you ever seen an away top?
Aye,
You know what
seen
they'll
that.
do? What they'll do next is they'll dump everything on M&M Sports in Manchester, and they'll flog everything for fuck all. For pennies on the pound just to get the money back. You know what? Like ordinary people will just buy. People who haven't the fucking clue who Celtic is, they'll just flood M&M Sports
Aye,
like a discount and just.
these specials trainers, I mean, I would have bought them in a minute, right? But they're down to 70 quid for 110.
Yeah.
They
And
would
they'll
have
come,
been
and
they would
they'll,
have been
and they'll,
sold out, no problem.
they'll come down further again, Jason, if it keeps going the
Aye.
way it's fucking going. So the club really need to cop on here. Like we're not happy. I heard your chat about Robbie Keane and the club. I think they'd be very foolish to bring in Robbie Keane, and I think they should be. Not, I don't expect them to be circumspect, but I do expect them to actually look ahead and say, right, really, this is a 5-year appointment. The whole club needs remodeled, and so therefore you need an experienced manager to help with that. You can't have a novice manager or a manager who's been fucking managing two-bit teams around Europe. You need somebody who comes in with that gravitas to say, right, listen, I'm going to appoint such and such to do this job. I'm going to appoint such and such to do that job. And I'm going to concentrate on the first team. But I know that these other 2 or 3 or 4 are doing what I need them to do to help me in years 2 and 3. Because you're not going to get it. You know what I mean? I heard you talking about the one transfer window. Like we need we need to knock this transfer window completely out of the park, and we don't have a manager. The summer we just have there's no room for error here because the last 3 transfer windows have been so fucking bad.
It's
And
not
we know,
just the manager thing, Mark. It's the actual structure of it. I mean, we
yeah,
obviously
yeah,
we saw. So I mean, you even get back to when Peter Law was so facto your sporting director. At least you'd some. And then when Rodgers came in, you had Conger and you had Nicky Hammond. See these guys, however shit we think they are, at least they're doing a job. I
but
mean,
here, look,
right now, we don't have anybody fucking doing a job.
no, but you only
And why is
but you only
Martin O'Neill
have to,
fucking scouting players?
but you only have to look at Tisdale to know how bad things can get.
I understand. No, I totally understand that, mate. And the fact, for years, I've always, as well, you guys know, I've always thought that we should have a director of football in place to
Yeah,
protect the club. Right? I've always thought it, and it's never been more to the point. I mean, if you listen to Paul John Dyke's own Axum, according to the information he's telling us, Tisdale was a fucking subcontractor, and we were using his software. He wasn't coming in and using our software. See the day he fucked off, he took all that with him. So we were sitting there going, oh, well, I don't really know what to do. Do you know what I mean? And
never.
I mean, like, as I said, Martin O'Neill and Fozzie are doing scouting a player at Preston, right? is he the level we need? I don't fucking know. I don't know anything about the guy. But why is Martin O'Neill scouting players for us for next season? Is there a suggestion Martin O'Neill's going to be still at the club? Because Jason
No,
last week he was fucking ready out for pasture.
He's not going to be there next year. And what he's going to do is there'll be a list of players left on the table when he leaves, and he'll put his sort of views against them, saying yes, no, maybe,
Which
and
is
that- and that- and that'll be picked up by whoever comes in. But I mean, Martin O'Neill's not doing it on his own. Fozzie's not doing it on his own. There's your man, what's his face is there, and the guy who came in from Chelsea. It's them. And they're probably recommending stuff to Maloney, and he's saying, "Do you want to go and have a look at these?" Do you know that'll be the process? It's not like they're not. O'Neill won't be pulling fucking players out of his hole. Like, and he might know a player or two, or he might be, he's obviously friendly with the agents and people like that down south, and he may be saying himself, "Is there anybody around that you think would fit the bill up here next year?" Do you know? And that's fair. I have no problem with that. I think that's fine. At least there's some level of fucking preparation going on. Like, you remember, like when Strachan arrived, O'Neill had done all the scouting on Baruch and Zarabski and all them, and then Strachan went with him himself to make sure that he was happy with that whatever player that had been kind of handed on to him by the team when he arrived. And he remember he went out to Poland. So O'Neill had that. I remember we were first linked with Baruch in like March or April or March that year. So that does happen. Like you will have players who are out and about and whatever else. But again, a new manager could just come and look at the list and go, nah. You know what I mean? They could just go, none of them for me, kid. Here's all the ones I want. Start again. And that's essentially what Brendan Rodgers did. Brendan Rodgers told him, go fuck.
Aye. And then we went and signed him anyway.
Aye. Fuck me. And chased some of them, like fucking chased some of them for years. Like Balaquisha. What the fuck? And like, how bad is he? I mean, if he can't even get into that team, what the fuck? He must be abominable. Like, we saw him fucking, I don't know how many times, twice maybe.
As I said last week, I do have an element of sympathy for the guy. I mean, I know somebody kind of bit back at me saying, fucking worked all around the world. He's so fucked. I mean, I've known guys who moved to Edinburgh and get fucking homesick. Do you know what I mean? Everybody's not the fucking same, and the boy might be. But like as I say, Stu texts me saying we're having to convince this guy to come to Celtic, and you're kind of going, we're chasing him for fucking months. And we're now at the stage we have to convince him to come to Celtic. That's not fucking great, you know what I mean?
Yeah, crazy stuff. So anyway, there's my thoughts for you, lads, for what they're worth.
Fuck. Well, that kind of went a different way I thought it was going to go.
What did you think it was going to go, Joe? Let's finish up with the hockey shit.
The hockey shit, aye. Not hockey strong. Willie hockey.
Hawk. There's only one Hawk.
Willie hockey is fucking he hockey. Nobody's heard a word out of him fucking since, have they?
Oh, Marty. Marty, you missed out today.
Was he out today? Has he opened his office and fucking
17th of April we start.
Balls out.
All right. Fuck, well, there you are.
I missed the start. So what did they say? Was it just basically saying?
So it's all kicking off 17th. The website is up and running. I think they've already got it, but you're just kind of restricted. So it's going to be up and running. All they want off us is your fucfucking email address and to say that you're a season ticket holder. And we're all going to become part of this fucking alliance. Paul McStay is the figurehead. A man who can unite the clans. And once it's all sorted, he will be Lord Hockey will be taking a step back into the ether and fucking taking nothing to do with it.
But he has said that every 10,000 tickets he will donate.
Yeah, he's reaffirmed what he said the first time. So,
but again, that's just fucking dopey. Like, what the fuck? Because what happens is then, see when people start buying shares, the share price goes up. So why doesn't Willie Hockey just go and if he has this money fucking sitting somewhere, go buy them now when the share price is lower? Like, it's fucking like this cunt has like whatever is supposed to be his net worth is 300 million or something, and I've got fuck all. And I can tell you that this is a daft way of doing things.
It does strike me as a wee bit of a kind of leverage move for him.
You've got you've got him and you've got fucking David Lowe and them is all fucking rushing to buy all these shares. So the share price that
Fucking
they're
Russians
creating.
buying it as well. Fuck's sake.
Here. They might well fucking be, but they're creating them. They're creating the market. So if you own shares, right? It happened with Arsenal. You own shares, and they're trying to buy your shares, and they're competing to buy your fucking shares. So what do? You sit tight and you say, no, you're not buying my fucking shares. My shares are worth £5,000, so I want 10. I mean, this is fucking capitalism. Like, it doesn't compute. If Willie Hockey has that amount of money sitting there, he should just go and buy the fucking shares, make an offer, wipe everybody else out, and go, right, I own the fucking shares, and I'm going to sell them back to you. I'm going to sell them back to the fans.
But his message overall with this kind of initiative is that he wants to create a concentrated, unified fans' voice, season ticket holders, that can direct the club in a way that the fans want the club to be directed in, which sounds a wee bit convoluted, but that's what he's kind of said, essentially. Am I right, Scott, or no?
No, that's as far as I know. I mean, basically, there's going to be a group of Celtic supporters, and we're all going to have as part of this a shareholding within the club,
unified voice to some degree.
And that can't be bad, right? I agree with what Marty said. He would know much more than I know about any of this. But it definitely seems like a thing built in public display of, I don't know. You're just going to have a whole load of cynical people. My mate, straight away, our big mate Marty, he's going, aye, much as you want half us, and he's saying nothing. Aye, right, we'll see, we'll fucking see. And I was like, then we'll see. But see, right now, I mean, as I've said about everything, and I know people don't like David Lowe, and I know people don't trust David Lowe, and I know a lot of people don't like Jeanette, and a lot of people don't rate the Celtic Trust and all that. But I'm always of the opinion, if somebody's trying to do something for the betterment of my club, I like it. And I support it until such a point where I think you're fucking at it. Which, I mean, as I said before, I've never heard a millionaire giving away millions, but we'll see what happens. Good luck to him.
Are we all going to send the lesson?
It seems too genuine to be genuine. I mean, I will not be donating my email. I donate an email address.
You're going
this is the thing. You might have
say that again, Joe.
I
don't know you're going to put your name down.
I don't know.
You're not donating blah, 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 your email address. What does that mean?
Hi.
You're going to be sending your email address. Is that a no, Joe? Are you standing firm? Are you the Judean People's Front? Fucking splitters. Okay.
What's your logic with that then, Joe?
I don't know. It might be worth donating like a different email address. Seven ones.
What the fuck?
I don't. Why?
No, I'm kind of skeptical of the whole thing.
Yes, I know, but what have you got to lose in this? Do you think like he's just going to spam your email or something?
Aye.
Right, all right. There it is.
I mean, is that unreasonable?
I don't know. It just seems to be. I mean, I don't. Somebody's standing there publicly saying, "I'm going to donate." And we need you to kind of join in, and you're kind of going, "Well, I'm not giving my email address."
No, there's part of me that just has a question that is unresolved.
I'm going to ask a question rather than being fucking.
Once you give your email address, reply to it. Once they reply to it, and ask the question.
So I'm glad of the guidance. That's why I'm on here.
See if that's all the spam I had to worry about. Oh, I get 7 store and 70% off trainers and all. You're sitting there, you're like, fucking hell, another pair won't hurt.
That's my problem.
If I get some different spam, and that'll be all right.
Willie Hockey keeps coming back with surveys and stuff. I'd be like, oh, fuck me.
But it is getting to the Algerian people's front at Judea stuff as well. It's fucking. But see, at the end of the day, the Willie Hockey one, I can get involved in that hell of a lot more than I can get involved in the fucking David Bowie one. Put it that way.
I know, but is it kind of weird we're at that stage where we're kind of deciding between.
Right, wait a minute.
Is it weird we're at what stage? What you talking about? We've got a maniac owner, well, fucking principal shareholder, right? That I think we're on agreement he's a disaster for Celtic. So
well, it's corporate stranglehold.
Aye. So we've got a guy now that's given us an option to potentially challenge it, and it's no costing us any money.
And you want it because you don't want spammed.
That's not what he said. That's not what I said. He's a twist of that.
I don't want any spam.
No, I don't know what you said. We've still not got a fucking clue what you meant with what you said.
I'm cautious, is what I'm saying.
Cautious. Keep it
crazy.
Fucking nauseous, you
So, but here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I'm a small shareholder, right? Most
very small.
Well, but
your head doesn't matter.
Hold on. Most shareholders are, right? The vast majority of shareholders are small, are just family people who have a couple of fucking shares here, there, and everywhere, right? So the major shareholders are Desmond and his fucking private vehicle, Linfield fucking train, or whatever it's called.
Aye.
So Willie Hockey is going to be hoovering up the fucking small shareholders, because Dermot Desmond isn't going to fucking sell him his shares. So it doesn't make fucking sense.
Is it no mere to follow off David Lowe's idea that
force an EGM?
Aye,
but they still have the same votes if you fucking have an EGM or an AGM. So it doesn't really compute either. This is what I'm saying. People, I think there's a bit of naivety that people think about shares. Oh, we'll just buy all the shares. You're going, Dermot Desmond owns the biggest chunk of the shares between his own shareholding and this other fucking vehicle he's been using to pump money in. And he does deserve credit. He really, Dermot Desmond is not an evil fucking man when it comes to Celtic. He has done lots of good things. He put money in at the start when we fucking needed a Kyson Jackson, and he did that and he got himself onto the board. Tick. Then when we went to build fucking Lennoxtown, he underwrote it and says, well, if they don't, you can have the share issue, but I'll underwrite it. So if you don't raise the money through the share issue, I'll pay for it. And he said that out loud. So again, that's not a bad thing. In 2001, when they fucked up with fucking John Barnes and the money that him and Peyton Berkovich and all them other cunts cost us, there was another fucking share issue, and he went round all his mates and got the likes of Eddie Jordan and fucking Bono to put £1 million in each. So it's not, it's much more grey than it is in black and white. And Dermot Desmond's looking at us going, you are a bunch of crank cunts. Look at the fucking effort I put in to try and prop this club up. And we're saying it back to him. I know, but that was 20 fucking years ago. You need to move on. So there has to be a recognition that this is a bit more complicated than people are imagining. Like, it's, if you read back on how fucking hard it was to get the old board out, the old board could have sat us out. And thank fuck they didn't, because we would have been fucking dead. And the likes of Michael Kelly and people like that will not accept that to this day. They will still say we were bullied and bribed and browbeaten into selling our fucking family inheritance and all this shit. And thank fuck it happened. But they could have sat us out and went, nope. It's like what fucking Dave King done on the Huns. All the Huns all thought he was a great fucking guy, and then they realised that every time he was doing something, he was actually trying to get his own money back. He wasn't doing it for fucking altruistic reasons. He was a cunt. And so was our board. And thank God, just at the last minute, the bastard wilted. And remember, they had a fucking pact with each other. They all signed a pact together, saying that they would only sell their shares to each other. And not one of them had a fucking pot to piss in.
Right.
Fucking crazy.
No, a lot of what you say, I can't disagree with you, right? Of course. And it almost comes to the same point with Peter Law that no matter what you think about Peter Law, he did do a lot of good things, right?
Listen,
But
I
no,
would
wait.
agree.
So,
I would agree with that too.
we'll come back to Dermot in a second. Let's stay on the hockey thing, right?
Mhm.
I agree that not a lot of people know enough about shares, and honestly, a whole bunch of people just don't give a fuck, right? Just really, really not interested in it. And the fact is, as you rightly said, we've got fucking David Lowe's, we've got the Celtic Trust, and now we've got this new thing, and they're diluting shares, and but see the fact, right? To me, if I am trusting what is being said, then a group of Celtic supporters that actively go to games have £10 million worth of shares in their name can't be a bad thing. Even if Joe's getting spammed, it can't be a bad thing. Sure, it might have bought from people who don't fucking use it, but at least that way it's on one pot. We know what it is, and we know that it might not make a fucking grand scheme of difference, but it's a factor. It's actually a starting point to something down the line. Maybe I don't know, right? And that's basically where I sit with it, right? I'm certainly be putting in my fucking email address to it, unless something nefarious. And to see the fact that Paul McStay is fucking leading it, that actually does mean something to me as well. You know what I mean? So I agree with you, and a lot other people will look under the bonnet and they might see things that don't work. The David Lowe thing, I told you I went to the David Lowe thing in the Vogue, and I'll be honest, I didn't get fucking Dirty Snyder Widows vibes for any of the guys either. And maybe I'm just too trusting, I don't know. It seemed on that occasion, it seemed to me that instead of joining them, I would be more inclined for me and 10 of my mates to put in 20 quid a month and go and buy your own shares and just build up, just keep doing that. Know what I mean? And then that way, if we decide, we can then proxy our stuff to the CSL, right? But as I say, I never really got that feeling that they were fucking. I never get a feeling anybody here is trying to do. It's the same as the Jeanette thing. See how many people I hear Jeanette just wants on the board, and I go, no, she doesn't, and they don't listen to you, and they'll just move on, and they'll say, see, Jeanette just wants on the board, and I'm going, well, you're a cunt. I mean, and that's just. But when we come to the sorry.
Scott. You convinced me. I'll give him my email.
Well done, Joe. What an effort. What a fucking effort, man. What a guy.
Joe, I tell you what, that's some sacrifice. That's like fucking.
Oh, man.
That's like around closing the fucking Strait of Hormuz. Fair play to you, son. Right, I'm waiting to fuck to put this tail to bed. So anyway, there's my thoughts. God bless every one of you. God bless the Celtic, and here we fucking go.
Yeah.
Nice to hear from
Get into them.
Right, fuck off.
My topping's worth it. I'm with Scott. Whatever Scott said there,
Thanks, buddy.
I'm on board. Aye, they'll get my email address anyway. Curiosity for one thing, but
I might put 2 email addresses in. There you go.
I'm sending them Joe's email address.
I might request some kind of data policy or something before I actually send it on. Just test the waters, see how serious they are.
You know you're a mover and shaker, Joe. You need to be careful who you have the email address out to.
Who fucking signed us up for fucking Grace updates on the HomeBhoys as well, by the way? Fucking, I don't really give a fuck who's playing the Graces.
Wasn't me. Are we done?
I think we are, bro.
That's what we started. See, after 20 minutes, I was like, "This is going to be about an hour." And then in there, 2 hours in. That's my love.
What's your plans for fuck? What's your plans for Saturday? Longers, Big Adlers is up for the game.
I will be with you, mate, the whole day, getting drunk as usual.
Right. I got a text today for Big Frankie for Queens in New York. Big Frankie Fraser.
Ah, class.
Frankie, what a legend.
Aye, so he texts me. He says, the lad Jay, and he just mentioned on a Jai you met on the train when you were out. can't remember it has that loads. He's out in Scotland and he's gone to the Celtic game on Saturday. I'm like, oh, magic. Then I'm like, who is he? He says, mind the boy that likes Blackburn Rovers. And I'm like, fuck aye, that's right. He comes from, he's an Oakland A's supporter, lives in Queens, but his missus for Queens. And he's for California. But he's a kind of bit of a Mets fan, but obviously the Oakland A's was his team that in baseball, but they've kind of moved to Oakland now. So I think they're going to end up in Las Vegas as well. But so anyway, I messaged him because I met him on Facebook. So I messaged him and he says, "Aye, Linda, can you stop that on that? Can you see her that one? Can you foil there? Bloody hell!"
Is she making a roast?
Aye, well, she's making pieces for the morning. So anyway, I messaged them. So him and his missus and their kid, they're in Scotland for the first time. They're in Edinburgh and they're coming through to Glasgow tomorrow. So I'm going to hopefully meet for a bit of lunch tomorrow, and the three of them will get tickets for the game on Saturday. So he's buzzing. So aye, cracking guy. First time the three of them have ever been in Scotland. So
Oakland A's was my first baseball team. Because my uncle lived in Fremont, in California. When I was in Ed, we moved out there, and
aye.
the A's are my team.
I'll need to get Blether.
Jose Canseco was playing at the time.
Aye, I'll need to get Blether in the morning because they're fucking killer, that, isn't it? You support a baseball team, then they just fuck off. Obviously, he lives in New York, right? So obviously, he's no get the attachment that he's going to games and stuff like that, right? Because he's been in New York for years now. But I mean, that's his team, and I don't know when they moved to Las Vegas, but it's the same thing as Scott was mentioning earlier about the Oakland Raiders. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be the baseball team in Las Vegas going forward.
See, back in the 90s, I always loved the LA Rams, right? Now the LA Rams they went to St. Louis at one point.
I think they're back in LA now, aren't they?
Aye, I know, but it's mad. Like you're living in St. Louis, you have a team, and next thing, oh, that's my team now. Ah, sweet, let's go. What the fuck?
I can't get my head around it at all.
Oh, it's bonkers. I remember that. me and Linda went to Jamaica before the kids were born, so you're talking maybe, I don't know, 28, 29 years ago. And you get loads of Yanks come for the weekend there. So we're sitting at the pool, and next thing, all these Yanks get it. They always mind they played the fucking pool volleyball, and they're all, you guys play volleyball? Me and Lenny and I'm like, bloated, aye, fucking fire in. We'll play fucking Europe via America. We beat them about fucking 15-1. We didn't even know what we were doing, half pissed. But anyway, they all had Cleveland Browns t-shirts on. And it was that weekend of that fucking summer that Cleveland fucked off somewhere. And I was acting, it says, some of these days now, they're like, fucking devastated. They're like,
team's gone.
With season tickets, fucking, that was our fucking, November to February, that was us fucking every second week. We were all in the whatever the stadium was called, fucking religiously followed them, went to some away games and stuff like that, and they just up sticks and fucked off. Like, fucking hell.
But like, here's the thing, like, see if you're a hardcore fan at that point, do you then kind of go like, right, well, I'll follow them anyway, even though they're in a different fucking state?
Well, that was it. My first ever Mets game was the Mets against the LA Dodgers in the old Shea Stadium. And I always ask Frankie about this. And he's, because the Mets were basically a byproduct of the Brooklyn Dodgers and the New York Giants. Two baseball teams fucked off to California because there was no baseball teams there. So they became the San Francisco Giants and the LA Dodgers. So there was no National League team in New York, and hence they got the go-ahead for the governors or whatever to form the New York Mets. So that's how they wear blue and orange, blue for the Dodgers, orange for the Giants. And so I said to Frankie, did every New York Giants fan and Brooklyn Dodgers fan become a Mets fan? He says, no. He says, some of them stuck with the team. So he calls them fake Dodgers fans, right? So it was interesting that we went to the game at Shea Stadium, and there must have been, say the crowd was like 35,000, 40,000. There was about 5,000 LA Dodgers fans, and there was some sitting near us, and they were New Yorkers. And Frankie's like, their mothers and fathers would have been Brooklyn Dodgers fans, and they've kept it going. and they still follow them. It's weird, isn't it?
See,
It's
that
funny.
I can understand that though.
Aye, I know, I can.
I can
Don't
understand that
logic
more than I
behind
can
it.
understand adapting the team that supplants itself in your town.
Aye. But over generations, it would probably wane because obviously they're playing at different time zones and stuff like that, and you're not getting the chance to go see them,
Aye.
etc. And you've got a team on your doorstep. But I get what you mean, but it's a totally different mindset, you know.
Again, I knew lads in New York when I lived there, like the Dallas Cowboys fans. I was like, what the fuck?
That Frankie always says, he says, see people that follow the New York Yankees, the Dallas Cowboys, and the LA Lakers. He says they are cunts. He says because that's your fucking three big ticket teams, you know, and the three sports. Aye,
It's like having Barcelona, fucking Liverpool, and fucking PSG. Is it one of them ones?
aye, just basically teams that win a lot. Obviously nowadays they don't. It's all shifted sort of thing. The Dodgers are the biggest team in baseball now, but
Sounds like you got a Mets boys show due for the 3 year.
oh aye, definitely. There should be one on the horizon, I think.
Yeah, get
Season's
that.
up and running.
Scott, you were going to say, no, sorry.
No, just what Jason was talking about. I was talking about the Browns there. The Browns was a different situation in that the guy who owned it, it's on the tip of my tongue, it'll come in. The guy who owned them says, I'm going to move the team to Baltimore.
Right.
My Baltimore Ravens. He was moving it to Baltimore, and then he decided he got an approval to start a brand new team. So he took every bit of staff to Baltimore and called them the Baltimore Ravens. And the original Cleveland Brown team stuff all just get put in a trust, like the badges and all that, and the logos and stuff. And they were added in 2 years later. So as you said, they basically just, your club does it. It's almost, that one was more similar to, do you remember where Airdrie done it to Clydebank?
That's right, aye.
Remember? They basically just took the place in the league. And you're like, fucking rats, man. Imagine that, your team's just not there anymore. I mean,
Just fuck off.
I need to go, what the fuck's his name? That's annoying, man. But it's infuriating. Imagine you support, that's what you do. But see, I don't think there's anybody in America who actually goes to every fucking game, is there? I mean,
You've got teams like Green Bay, though. It's Green Bay out in the middle of fucking nowhere, like when nobody wants to fucking take them on board.
They owned by their fans. That's the difference.
Okay.
Column's mad into them.
Aye. He's one told me. He said you go to the stadium, it's in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Aye, it's up. See, like Chicago, it's right up by fucking right round that big lake, one of the Great Lakes. It's fucking up near the Canadian border, sort of thing, in a wee tiny town. But they're owned by all their fans. I think they've got the best kind of business model at a lot of them. And
how big Mark's into him, Jason? He watches him every game.
They've got a right fucking mad fanatical fan base.
Yeah, Packers.
So see all the boys that go to the baseball and all that, do they go to every game?
No, there's
8 million games a season, is there no?
No, so see the Mets. The Mets you play 162 games a season, 81 at home.
The fuck?
Aye, so 81 home games, 81 away games, right? So see in the Mets, you'll have 3 or 4, maybe there's more, season ticket packages. So you've got some folk have got season tickets for every game. And you will get like retired folk and stuff like that will go to just about every game.
What about Paul the Met, who works in Paul the Met who works in fucking Walgreens? How does he do it?
I've got loads of them.
CBS.
They do like midweek season tickets that will be cheaper, and they've also got weekend season tickets. So you've got all the tickets for those weekend games. So there's loads of different packages to kind of suit folk, because obviously your midweek games and if they're during the day, the crowds aren't amazing. But it's like there are all these different packages. But the Mets would have a right big following every game that they play because of the amount of New Yorkers that live all over America. But they've got that 7-line army that will pick like maybe I don't know, 4 or 5 away games, and they'll all travel en masse to whatever the city that they've picked to go. We went to them away to the Red Sox once, and they had about 8,000-9,000 fans that come up from New York. They did a deal with Boston, and they got a big section, which was amazing. But it's no feasible, Scott. But I'm sure you'll get a few crackpots that maybe at the start of the season say, right, they've got a few quid in the bank, and they'll go, right, I'm going to go to every single game. But it wouldn't be the done thing. Cost you some amount of fucking money. Do you know what I mean?
A lot of travelling too. A lot of fucking time in the air. Fuck it.
It's fucking hard enough for the players.
Exactly. Fuck it. That's too much. That's too much baseball. And the game's like 3 hours. 3 hours minimum.
I know they've got a pitching shot clock now, so it's the games are shorter, and plus, see when it goes to extra innings. See, like 4 years ago or 3 years ago before the thing. So what happens now if it's a tie at the end of 9 innings, they automatically put a runner on second base for everybody. So you nearly always get a run in quite quick. Whereas before, you get games that went fucking 16, 17 innings.
Jason, I remember watching. I worked at a Yankees bar in New York, right? I remember watching, like, getting into baseball because I had to, in order to fucking make tips and stuff, and watching stuff. And like, I remember one time watching a game till 4 in the morning, going like, "Is this shit ever gonna fucking end?"
Well,
It's fucking ridiculous.
See, with the previous rules, the game could potentially never end.
It's fucking
You know what I
in my
mean?
head.
Aye, it's like there isn't an end point because you have to get somebody to finish the end of that inning in front.
Aye.
And if it didn't happen, they'd just keep playing. And you get to the stage that all the pitchers, their arms are falling off. So fucking, they end up.
There's zero enjoyment involved in that. Like, I was sitting there 4 in the morning. Like, I gotta close this bar. Like, give that done. Fucking inning, extra time. I'm going like, we've been here 9 hours, dickhead.
There has been occasions that see how all the pitchers, Scott, because they all go in rotation. But see your starting pitchers, etc. They pitch every like 5 days. So, because obviously they're throwing like 100 pitches and it fucking takes it out of their arms, so they need the days to recuperate. And then you've got the bullpen that come in at the end when the first guy's done. Then they'll bring relievers in. So they'll pitch a few innings and then drop out. So see these games that go to 15, 16 innings, all the pitchers' arms are fucking done, so they're going to get injuries if they keep pitching. There's been occasions when they've had batters, fucking, you need to pitch. Fucking, do you know what I mean? Just fuck that. Just to fucking get the game over. Fucking the game over. And then the next day, they're all fucked because they've been fucking.
They got 900 games to go. Fuck that. It's a fucking thing.
I know.
No matter they get paid $190 million.
Aye. You wouldn't be getting carried away after your fucking opening day win, would you, by the way? On the road here, lads.
Who's the man, boys? Who's the man?
Well, here's the thing, Scott. See, because we're fucking entrenched in football culture, we didn't grow up with that. Right? We've got a chat, right? And it's all fucking just us doughballs talking baseball. Me, Jock, Harper, right? So we get fucking carried away. Though. It's like, so the Mets are like 7-5, the new, so they won 7, lost 5, right? And you're waking up in the morning, you fucking bastard, get beat last night. And Big Frank came out and go to the channel. I fucking settled in, boys. So they don't start looking at the league table until like fucking you're about fucking 2/3 of the way through the season. Do you know what I mean? It's just fucking watching it for watching's sake. Obviously, they take a right interest in it, but they don't really.
That's why it doesn't grab me.
Aye,
I love it.
I know, but you're
I'm going to have to boost, guys. I'm fucking. Right, but Porto drew 1 each with Nottingham Forest. Porto were 1 up and scored a fucking 50-yard own goal.
What?
They fucking passed the ball back and the goalie either slipped or was out of position and just fucking rolled.
That's a bit of a Shadi Ray moment, no?
I checked it. It's fucking the Conference League, every one of the home teams won 0. Palace beat Fiorentina 3-0. Real Vallecano, I'd love to see him winning it. That'd be class.
Yeah.
Mainz.
Did I get Porto or Forest in the semi-final if they get througll I get Porto or Forest?
Fucking Vallecano Well, Forest are looking favourites now, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. Villa won 3-1 in the end.
Seen that, aye. Who was the other one? There was only 3 games tonight. What was the other?
There was the other one last night.
Last
Who was-
night.
Braga,
that?
Betis, one each.
Was it? I bet it's were away, weren't they?
Yeah.
So, aye, interesting. Freiburg look as if they're through, so Celtic Vigo are fucked.
Yeah.
But, aye, interesting. But the Conference League look as if the 4 of them are kind of done and dusted. You wouldn't expect them. Well, Mainz maybe, Strasbourg. Nah, I kind of see them getting 3-0 next week.
Yeah. And Jason, don't forget Sunday, best Sunday of the calendar year. Get yourself locked in.
It's fucking goal starting or something.
That's it, the Masters.
Masters Sunday, mate.
Oh, for
Shit.
fuck's sake.
Your favourite Sunday.
The fuck, God.
Fuck, man.
That's a good way to end it, folks. That was good fun. We pulled 2.5 hours out of that.
Brilliant.
Hold on.
That was good fun. We'll talk to you next week. And
See you later.
I imagine.
Predictions for Saturday.
We don't do
Oh,
predictions. Fuck off. Enough of that shit. We will be regular each week because we need to relieve the stress. We need to fucking uncork the fucking steam out of our engines every week. It's getting tough, and it's going to get tougher. And hail.
Hail, hail.
Fuck the emails.